Hello, fashionably late as usual for one of these streams. Love it. We are KH No Filter Football here with our Unpopular Opinion show. Thank you all for waiting. We do appreciate it. Thank you for joining us on a late night one. It's not good. I don't know how long it's going to be, but we like to keep these ones a bit longer and like to do them on the weekends. Everyone's more freer. We're able to join us and join in, so it's pretty good. I'm here at the moment with Marshall. How you doing, Marshall?
Hey, what's going on?
All good. Will?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
That's good. Slendz may be joining us today. Kai probably won't be joining us today unless someone really insults one of his favourite players. He might force his way on. Other people may be joining us as well. Sort of we do have unpopular opinions, but sort of more of a free flow as well tonight, I think, as well. I think actually it's our first stream together since the Champions League draw. So actually I want to focus on that first. Before we do that, like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. We're very close to 1K subs.
Of course.
The Kai OnlyFans login count details released on the 1K subs. Will's face reveal. That is, I've got my lawyer involved in that one. So he looked over the tapes.
Marshall. I don't.
It's a verbal contract.
Oh God! If I'm your lawyer, we're in trouble.
So and also, I will shave my eyebrows off. No, I won't. So that won't be happening. But yes, like, share the video, subscribe to us, tell your friends. We're doing a late night stream. I don't know who else is on. Don't care. Come and join us. We're No Filter. Send your comments in. Put your No Filter comments in the chat. We'll put them on the screen like that. Obviously,
there is a certain line.
Be nice. Yeah. Disagree with us. Tell us why you disagree with us.
Yeah, don't be a dickhead. How about that one?
You know what I mean? This is
stop Marshall abuse.
This is a smart chat. Okay, this is a smart chat. We debate each other. Okay, no name calling or like where's this person from or anything like that. But if you come on, if we get you on today as well, if you have an unpopular opinion, tell us your unpopular opinion or react to an unpopular opinion we might do. We will let you land your points. Or if you disagree with us or just, about anything, we will let you land your points. Just, show why this community is the smartest community, okay? We're the No Filter smart community, okay? But anyway, let's begin. The Champions League quarter-final. No mention of Europa League. We don't do Thursday night football.
Can I go first?
Champions League. Yep, sure. Champions League quarter-final draw and semi-final draw. So every team now knows a potential path to the final. I think before I let Will off the leash, I think every Chelsea fan's dreams possibly came true a little bit. We're not ruling Porto out or anything like that. But if this is the draw, this is the potential draw they'd want to have. So, Will, let me know your feelings about the Champions League draw.
Well, first of all, Porto, I hope we absolutely humiliate you and make you liquidate. We are going to liquidate. We are going to.
Are they going to go on sale, Will?
We are going to avenge one of my favourite footballers of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo. We are going to avenge him. We are going to... That manager being all cocky in his press conference, Tuchel is going to beat him so hard he gets sacked, okay? Porto, I don't care if you're the underdogs in the Champions League. I hope we embarrass you, and we are going to embarrass you. We are going to beat you at least 5-1 on aggregate. I'm confident of it. I'm confident.
Wow.
Oliveira, one of their best players, is suspended for the first leg. We just need to be we're not. I know it's a bit hypocritical of me to say, let's be professional, because I'm not being professional. We need to avenge them, and also they made Chiesa look better than he is. We can't have that. I can't allow a club to make one of my most hated players look good. I can't have it. We've got to knock them out. And also, Zidane, you better hope for your sake that you get a narrow loss to Liverpool, because if Real Madrid go through, we will end Real Madrid as a club. I'm telling you now. We will end Zidane. We'll show him for the overrated fraud he is, and we will knock them out.
Well, Will, Will, no, stop holding things back, man. You know, tell us your true feelings.
Well, a rant normally comes up once every 3 streams or so.
It does. Or off stream sometimes. Marshall, your thoughts, please.
I don't know if I'm gonna match that, but Will, I just really hope your jinx doesn't work the opposite way.
Oh shit! Oh, I'm joking. Porto are very good opposition. We need to be very scared.
Can I just say, in a private chat we have, Will said he had no energy about like 6 o'clock this evening.
No, that was yesterday. That was the review for the.
Oh right, okay.
Review. That wasn't today.
Right.
That wasn't today.
All right, but Marshall, let me know your thoughts, my man.
Well, I'm glad to hear you rejuvenated, man. But listen, honestly. Last stream, Real Chris was on here. We talked about it, and I made a joke about the stars are aligning. Look, man, 2012, we faced a Portuguese team at this point. Next, and in the semifinals, we might be facing a Spanish team, and then maybe it's Bayern all over again. It might be 2012 all over again. I'm just saying. Look. I'm not going to overestimate Porto. I did say this last stream. Let's not overestimate them. They did convincingly beat a Juventus team, but if we beat a Porto, we have already shown that we can beat a Liverpool if they win the next their match. And we know Real Madrid they can be gotten at, so we can definitely beat them. And then on the other hand, too, we don't even have to worry about a Man City or a Bayern or a PSG. They're all going to eliminate themselves, which is fantastic. I think the stars are aligning for us. I'm saying it louder than I did before. We are gonna win the Champions League. I believe in it wholeheartedly.
Chelsea are literally the equivalent to Zemo from Marvel. We're just gonna let all the Avengers. Well, the Avengers are like the big opposition. But we're just gonna let them fight each other and slowly slide away to the final.
Well, that's bonus. That you just hit bonus. You get bonus points in Marvel.
Then again, to be fair, I like to banter Zidane and say he's a fraud, etc. Which I do think he is overrated. But if you look at if we face a fully fit Real Madrid side, obviously we have to worry. They've got a Ben. Well, that's if we get through Porto, but let's not think about that yet.
Let's say if, okay.
But
let's just say
if because I don't want God to then turn this on its head, and we lose to Porto. But you've got Benzema, you've got Modric, Kroos. I mean, Casemiro. I guess Casemiro is a massive winner. He's done it before.
There's their quality side.
Yeah. Then you've got Ferland Mendy, Ramos. I mean, some people don't like him, but Varane, Carvajal should be back. I think Carvajal's back. You got Courtois. They're a very good team.
They are, and so is Bayern. But like all these teams, they have shown weakness, and they can be had. And knowing Tuchel, he's gonna put in the VHS tapes because he's still old school like that. He'll still put in the VHS tapes and sit there in front of his SD TV, and he'll do the studying. There's some news,
he'll
whip out the chalkboard.
I don't know if you've seen it, but apparently Jorginho might have a short-term injury as well. So
I
did hear that.
International break, chance to work.
That's why he didn't get called up. He didn't get called up.
I want to say this about the draw. Ecstatic about the draw. It's a draw everyone wanted. Quarterfinal draw, and Real Madrid, Liverpool. If we beat Porto, I've always wanted to play Real Madrid in the Champions League. Same. But the only issue I have is that it's not at a full Bernabeu. Do you know what I mean? I really wanted that, and also the forbidden fruit of ending Leicester Paul Rovers season and them not finishing in the top 4. Is that a forbidden fruit for many Chelsea fans? Do you know what I mean?
Andrew,
you know what I mean?
Look at my list at the opportunity, man.
I'd rather Zidane do his
No, I know what you mean,
magic.
but do you know what I mean? It's like the chance, and also, but the only thing, and then I've said this to you guys, said it to you guys many times. I back us in a one-off game against PSG, Bayern Munich, or City in a one-off game. It's a final, which means, normally you'd go, you just outscore the others. We're not prolific, I understand that, but Tuchel has time to prepare for that final, and we don't have any horrible injuries. You know what I mean? I can see him because listen, let's face it, right? Bayern Munich were great last season in Europe, but that final, PSG should have won that final.
Yeah.
They were the better team, okay? And I know everyone's like, oh, like Bayern Munich won it today, Lewandowski hat trick against 10 men. Fine, but they can be got at. They're a suspect at the back this season. Okay, they're worse than last season, and not last season. You know, I thought they were okay at the back, but this season,
No, they've dropped a level.
I am ecstatic, but let's temper this. Let's not even talk about the semi-final.
What I have a question though,
because you know what you said, Marshall. You were right. We played a Portuguese team in the quarterfinal. Let me remind people of that second leg in that game. Yeah, we went ahead for a penalty. Yeah, for Frank Lampard in the first half. We did not play well that game. Okay, and they equalised on that day, and they had some chances. It was only a runaway goal by Raul Morales.
Yeah, Morales.
Who got us through. It was not like a comfortable. That was
that iconic celebration.
Will, I don't. That was probably our most difficult. That was probably our poorest game in that run. And most difficult, I think, because I think some of our fans and players took it too easy. Don't dismiss Porto, man. Do not dismiss Porto. Okay?
On a real level, without
on a real level,
poking fun. They're a difficult team.
Yeah, they're stubborn.
For example, I just hope we absolutely obliterate them.
I understand what you're saying, Will, but I could easily. I don't know if you agree with this, Will. I could easily see us only winning this by 1 goal, like 1-0.
I'm going to give my honest prediction.
Away goal there and then
if Pepe has another masterclass, maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna give my honest prediction. I think we're gonna win 2-0 at their place.
Okay.
And I think we're gonna get a 1-0 win at Stamford Bridge. I
agree with Will.
Or a 1-1 draw, maybe even.
I don't think it's going to be comfortable.
Can I ask something though?
But then again, I didn't think Atletico Madrid was going to be comfortable, and it was.
Then is the for Real Madrid, is that rule of the English teams can't visit them, like what we did with Atletico? Is that going to still apply?
No, we'd be fine going to Madrid. We'd be fine. We'd play.
Are you sure?
I think so. Yeah, we're playing Madrid because we went to Madrid for Atletico, didn't we?
No, we didn't.
No.
We went to Bucharest.
We went to a neutral.
Yeah, we were in Bucharest.
Remember?
Yeah. That was the whole thing.
That was the big thing.
They
banned UK people.
Same thing with Leipzig.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah. Ignore me.
I don't know. If that's still a thing, that's even more advantage to us.
Well, guys, the first leg's the week of April 5th. It's only 3 weeks. It's only 2 weeks on Tuesday. This Tuesday. So I think it is going to be
essentially after international break, right?
Someone in the chat, could you look and see if there's any changes coming up for the first leg? If we're going to Madrid or if we're not.
Oh shit, I forgot.
Someone in the chat, please look for us, please.
Real quickly, I just want to address 2 things in the chat, and then we should go ahead and start the show. I'm not saying your first name, Ezek. You had mentioned before, it's all fun and games until Lewandowski scores on us. Listen, man, last year, Thiago Silva held Lewandowski down. Was it even Lewandowski that scored the goal? No, it was Coleman, right?
It's Coleman.
And the only reason they scored was because I watch PSG, or I try and watch them every 2 weeks or so when I have a free moment, whatever. But Correa, that prick, oh my god, for me, he's their worst defender, and he marks Coleman, but he didn't mark him properly. So Coleman had a free header. So
my point is that by the time we get to that final, we're gonna have Thiago Silva back, hopefully, and we'll be like a fully fit. I'm assuming. Okay, assuming we get to the final and assuming it's Bayern, right? Let's just say that I'm not getting ahead of myself. We should have Thiago Silva by then, and Thiago Silva has the experience to pocket him. And on top of that, I don't even know what our defense has been so goddamn solid with Rudiger, Aspie, all of them. I don't know. It's going to be very difficult for a striker, even like Lewandowski, to get anything in there. And then the second one, CFC Cho. Don't worry, man. Before today's stream, I did say that if we beat Atletico, we're going to win the Champions final. So there should be a clip there. You don't got to worry about clipping this. You can clip this too and make a compilation and then show it to me when we win it.
Marshall, the guy you've got, you're well behind. Real Chris has been on.
Yeah, I know. Real Chris is the OG apparently.
Real Chris is the OG. You know what I mean? So
yeah, him and Johnny.
Well, yeah, they're on it.
Johnny actually
Yes.
said it before Lampard got sacked. Like,
He did actually. I think he did. Yeah.
Oh
But
wow!
let's,
When we had Lampard, oh my god!
yeah. But yeah, I mean, we're very ecstatic. But let's,
Yeah, it's exciting, guys.
It's still very important to concentrate on the league, though. That's the thing. We've not got the top
for
four
sure.
wrapped up. That's what I mean. So we need these
So
run of
8 games left, I think.
9 games we have left, but we need these run of games. We need to maximum points now. Maximum
Andrew,
points.
you know, the league's important, yeah, and we can get into that. But can we touch on the FA Cup as well for tomorrow, like a mini sort of preview thing?
Yeah, sure. We can
because
do that.
Can I tell you, if we beat Sheffield tomorrow, and it's a massive if, because you know I just slagged off Porto for a good 3 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's Sheffield United. I'm not going to say we're already through. I think we will win.
We're at home, right?
Yeah. I think we'll probably win 2-0. I think that's a fair prediction. But if we win, I want Manchester City in the semi-final, and I've got reasoning as well. If we beat Manchester City, it's a one-off game. It's a massive win. We will get an easier opposition in the final, whether that's Leicester, whether that's Man United or Southampton. Well, they're easier than Man City. I would rather get to the semi-final and potentially, if we lose, I'd rather lose in the semi-final than go to the final, play an extra game for no reason, and then potentially lose to Man City anyway. If you get what I mean, that might sound stupid, but I'd rather face Man City now than play them in the final.
Yeah, I can get that. I can understand that. Just because of the amount of games we're going to have in hand.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Why? Because it comes in the middle of a Champions League run is still on, and it becomes even before they can mathematically wrap up the Premier League, I think, as well, unless United lose like a couple of league games in between that game. So I can understand if you're looking at that logic, Will. It's like it's coming in they're still going to have to concentrate. Do you know what I mean?
It's a very inconvenient time.
Yeah. I can understand also what Gannicus has just put as well. I can understand that. It's the same, but it's the same.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if we get, to be fair.
We wanted Porto in this round of quarterfinal. Do you know what I mean? I can understand.
Yeah, I think if we do go through, I reckon we'll get United and beat them.
Well,
if they beat Leicester, that is.
I would love that.
Well,
I mean, to be fair, I'm going to try and save his, not be arrogant. I'm not going to say we're through to the semis already. Although it feels like it, to be fair.
Let's I've always heard, have you ever heard of the term after the Lord Mayor's show?
No.
Heard that term?
No,
okay, so
never.
what it means is so Lord Mayor showed this grand event, everyone's done their best performance, everything, then they go, the next thing they do is they're not at their best. Do you know what I mean? I could see something we could still go through tomorrow, but we're not scintillating. Do you know what I mean? It's like the best game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I can see, and also, I don't know how many changes he's going to do as well. I can see, like I said, I've been telling you, I think Kepa's starting tomorrow.
Probably.
I mean, they've got. To be fair, with Kepa, I don't even mind him playing versus Sheffield United because they've got Ramsdale, Pickford's little brother. So you could argue he's as bad.
Shamsdale.
I will say, if Kepa starts, though, I'm not worried just because our defense has been so solid. I don't even care what lineup he puts out there. He could put Kepa out there.
And Thiago Silva is definitely not playing tomorrow. I think
and honestly, I'm happy he's not because just let him ease into the game. If he wants, he's going to get playtime over international break, and he'll come back ready and fit.
I'm predicting
he looked fit on Wednesday. He's up and down those steps.
Yeah, we saw that. That was great, man. That was amazing.
But I mean, we can touch on more about maybe the Southampton game, Sheffield United game a bit later. But as you may have seen, Marshall once again is our thumbnail king. And but to be honest with you, we were all I think most of us were pretty struggling about our unpopular opinions because also I forgot to mention, if you come on with an unpopular opinion and put it in the chat, it doesn't have to be about Chelsea. Okay,
it can be
about Chelsea, and also we do. Obviously, we are a Chelsea channel. Okay, we are all Chelsea fans, but we want all fans in this chat. Yeah, all fans, guys, girls, different backgrounds from different countries. We want you all on. Do you know what I mean? We want you all in this chat. We want you to be part of this community with us. Okay, because
I didn't know that.
That's what we want. So, you okay?
No, I just read the Jasper. Yeah, that I literally read that.
I
didn't
read
know
that. Yeah. I think there was
Yeah.
but like I said, subscribe to the channel, everyone. Come into this community. You know what I mean? We may banter you because you support other teams, but it's only banter. Okay.
But we will not insult you on a personal level.
Exactly.
Yeah, we won't go that far. We won't be assholes.
Well, I can't question the arsehole bit, but you know what I mean? It's like, you know. But Marshall put in the thumbnail Cesar Aspilicueta, or is he affectionately known as Dave? Because when he first arrived, they couldn't pronounce his surname, so they just called him Dave. But yes, Marshall, I believe this one is yours. Am I correct, sir?
Yeah, I'll start it off.
You kick off because I'm still thinking of one for me. So
okay, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I don't know how much of an unpopular opinion this is gonna be. I hope not, because I need to tame myself after the last three. I'm spitting too much fire and controversy out there. I can't have people looking for me in America. So, my unpopular opinion is that during that Real Madrid game, that controversial call, if it was a penalty or not, my unpopular opinion is it wasn't a penalty. And this is why I don't think it's a penalty. The reason I don't think it's a penalty is because I feel like, one, in the Premier League, yeah, it's a penalty. Any contact and you fall, you can get touched by a pinky, and as long as there's contact and you fall and you dive, it's a penalty. The reason I don't think it's a penalty is, one, because it's not the Premier League and we don't go by those rules anymore. Two, when you look at the play, yes, Aspie made a mistake with the short pass. Who was the player again? Was it Llorente?
No, it was the salad dressing, Carrasco.
Churrasco. That's the guy I had for dinner.
Churrasco, you're right. Churrasco.
yeah. So he first of all, the other thing too, you could tell that he was looking for the penalty, even though had he just stayed up, he probably would have had a much better chance at goal. He could have probably scored had he stayed up. He could have probably beaten Mendy when you look at it. And you saw how lightly, very lightly, almost barely touched he was. And he immediately just fell right afterwards. If he wasn't looking for the dive, if we weren't playing VAR like in the old days, a player won't fall on that. They'll keep going. They'll see the opportunity to beat the ball. But I feel like we have been so conditioned to, every time we see contact in the box and the player dives, it has to be a penalty. And another thing too to mention is that if that was given as a penalty, I believe this is the rule, right? If that was given as a penalty, and since Churrasco was the last guy in the box, I think then by obligation, the referee would have had to send Aspie off for a straight red, kind of like what happened with Christensen with the rugby tackle. Well, I mean, that was a rugby fucking tackle. But yeah, and when you look at it too, if he had gotten a red card and sent out for that touch, I think we would have been absolutely livid, and it would have been blasphemy, and it would have been a disgrace to all refereeing, period. So that's my unpopular opinion. I don't know if you obviously we want to say it's not a penalty because we're Chelsea fans, but you know, knowing how the penalty rule has looked this whole season, and how we've seen much Salah is a perfect example, how we've seen so much more given for less. We want to say it's not a penalty because we're Chelsea, but we know that in another league that is a penalty. But I think because it was Champions League, because the referee saw, or you know, he saw, and the VAR, maybe the VAR even told him it's not really a penalty because of how light of a touch it was and how it was clearly a dive. I think that is number one why it wasn't a penalty.
I agree with you, Marshall. I actually agree. I agree. For once in my life, I agree with you. And I'm saying something. When I first saw it, I thought it was a penalty, but I might be wrong. But I swear, when I saw the replay, it looked like contact was made outside the box, and he just went down in it as well. Or was there contact inside the box?
I thought there was, and I'm of the opinion if someone touches you in the box, you can go down and do whatever essentially because they're impeding you. My more thing was I'm more confused about VAR because on the commentary they said they didn't even check it. They didn't even check it. And I've got to tell you, Marshall, if that had been against us, you would have heard a lot of Chelsea fans throw their hands out.
That's why it's a tough one, But I'm trying my best to be objective about it. And if it was us, I would have been pissed at first. But when you see, I think you have to call a spade, and you can see it's clearly a dive. You know, and you have to kind of swallow that pill. But
sorry, what is this?
I think we.
Hello.
Hello, Jem.
What's up, Jem?
Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you see me?
Yeah, we can hear you, brother.
Yeah.
So
is
right
this
now,
unpopular opinions. This is what we're doing, right?
Yes, it is the one and only.
Well, it's also that. It's also a mixed bag at the moment. I think some unpopular opinions and other stuff. So if you got an unpopular opinion, mate, or you want to react to Marshall's one.
Yeah. What do you think, Jem? Do you think it was a penalty, or do you think it was just a straight dive and the referee had it right?
What was the situation, bro? Sorry, I didn't hear.
So, the game, the Champions League game we just played, the Aspie little mistake and the little touch of the shirt and churrasco barbecue sauce dove and people were saying it was a damn penalty. And I mean, in Premier League, that's a penalty, but I think because it was such a light touch and it clearly just seemed like a dive, even though if Churrasco Barbecue Steakhouse had stayed up on his feet, then there's a possibility that would have been a goal.
The thing is, Marshall, with these kind of situations, I've seen them given. They do get given, The issue we've got at the moment in football, not just in the Premier League, but as in football as an overall, is that there's no consistency in their decisions, because if there was, we would know whether that was a penalty or not. And this is why people get the ump so much, because they don't actually understand. If you're a supporter of Atletico Madrid, you will be screaming at that penalty, but they wouldn't be if they knew the rule. Does that make sense? So I think that's where we are with it at the moment. To be honest, we got away with it in my eyes, in a way, because I think even though it would have been harsh to give, it was a very soft touch back to the goalie. It wasn't like.
That's the other thing I wanted to mention too, because I think this is partially the reason why the ref chose the call he made, is because if he had given that as a penalty or a free kick, I mean, I think it was inside the box, contrary to what Will believes. If that was given a penalty as a penalty, he would have had to have sent off Aspie with a red card, which would have been really, really, really harsh, considering it was barely considered a foul. If it was a Premier League, that would have been a penalty.
Exactly, and that's the issue that I've got with it, because it should be consistent throughout the rule book doesn't change. It doesn't matter what country you're in, but if everyone followed the same rule book, you would all understand what is a penalty and what isn't.
I guess it's like you say, it's not dependent on the touch, because you can flip it around and look at the red card, right? I mean, the elbow was grazing, but it's the intent, right? It's the intent to elbow. It's like Pepe's header against
violent conduct.
Pepe's headbutt against Leeds when he got sent off.
Yeah.
He grazed. He's like that, but it was the intent. You can't do it. You can't elbow someone or look to elbow someone in the stomach. You just
and another thing to mention too is prior to that red card, the ref had already gone up to them and told them, "Look, you guys, cut it out, or I'm punishing you the next time." And he kept his eye on them, and he did it in front of the ref, even though the ref was watching them.
I'm very surprised. He even spotted that. Really, But I think you know what? I think that one. I don't think it's unpopular to Chelsea fans, obviously, because he didn't give it.
No, that's a favour.
If it was the reverse, we're hypocrites, right? We're hypocrites.
To a little extent,
We would have been going, "Oh my God, how is he not giving that? It's another.
It's like the United fans.
That bull-headed Danish prick referee in 2009. He's come back in another form.
Andrew,
this is his son.
It's like United fans. They weren't crying when Maguire.
We're doing a gal. We'll be doing it in a gal. They're against us.
The refs are against us.
They don't
Will, what were you saying?
Sorry, Will.
Do you know? Do you know what gets me with it? And it's just what
Mm.
Will said about United fans, and it's a fact, right? Aspie got fucking manhandled in the
Mm.
box
Oh,
at Old
yeah,
Trafford,
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
my
and it wasn't
God.
given. But these guys wanted a handball and show, and because
Yeah.
they didn't get that, they were like, "Oh, we were robbed. We were robbed
Yeah.
in that game because we
Yeah.
didn't get a penalty."
Yeah.
Do you know what? Do
No-
do one.
Call that
Do you know what I
karma.
mean?
Not to
Right.
mention, Mitchie Batshuayi's walking weirdly these days because Maguire
Exactly.
pummeled him in the balls last year.
Andrew,
Do
could
know
you
what
go
I
back
mean?
to the comment before that one? I just want to read it.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Could I ask,
Guys,
could I ask?
He rates
I think that's a
more
very
than
lazy argument to talk about who
Assist.
was in that team at the time. I don't think
Hazard,
that's anything to do with how our players performed. If I'm being completely
It does
honest.
to a degree, Will. If
Yeah,
you want my
I
honest
mean-
opinion, you look at Cesc and Hazard. They were players at Chelsea that had already been playing
True.
season in and out.
That-
You know, the
okay,
players
that's
we've got
okay.
in at the moment have
That's
only
a
just got
fair
there. Some of them
point,
have
but it doesn't,
Havertz,
that doesn't affect how someone adapts. And I think Morata did more in his first season than what Werner did. Anyway, that's for another day. We'll talk about that
Yeah,
another day.
yeah.
I just want to give Chris some life advice. If your left arm is dead, there's the right arm.
Use your
Or
right
the right
arm.
hand. Yes, use that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you
carry
telling
on.
us, Chris? Anyway, what the hell?
Yeah.
What's all about?
I know you love both our
Maybe he's
channels,
speaking
but,
with
you know.
someone else in the chat or something.
Okay. Jim,
conduct.
do you have an unpopular opinion, or do you need to still think about it, or do you want?
I've got one
I've got-
round to go. I've got
Yeah,
one
All
round
right,
to
Jim.
go.
Okay, go on, Will. Go on, Will.
Go on, Will. I'll
Okay,
think
this
about
is
it.
going to trigger the United fans, yeah? And it's not to
Good.
do with Fred. It's not to do with Fred. Luke
Ah.
Shaw, this guy, every United fan needs to get off of his dick. Because they called him the cod addict for years. For years they've called him a fat cod addict that goes to that's addicted to Big Macs, and now he's had one good run of form this season, and everyone's saying he's better than Robertson and Tierney and Reguilón, etc.
Oh, that's
and
kind
Digne.
of
Absolute rubbish. If he can perform like this for another 2 seasons, then you can put him in the best left back in the league debate. Yeah, he's had one good season. They've waited 7 years to get the best out of him, and now he's finally playing to a level which, by this age, you would have thought. At Luke Shaw's potential when he was younger, you'd think he'd be a better player now. Yes, he broke his leg, and I feel bad for him in that one. But that doesn't change the fact about how United fans' opinions on him have completely changed due to one good run of form. So that's what I'm saying. You can rate his performances at the moment, but there's not. What's the point of saying he's better than Tierney? And he's not better than Tierney. He's nowhere near Tierney. Robertson, again, Robertson's levels above him. Digne is better than him. Reguilón, levels above him. They need to stop gassing this guy up. He's the cod addict Ben Chilwell outside of this season, and people have to accept that.
I just want to address this comment. You don't have to wait for a Champions League win. If you get us to 1K subs, it happens on that. Okay,
It doesn't.
We'll face it. Okay, just get us to that. Okay, we'll do that. Okay.
But okay, one thing I do want to ask. I mean, I'll give Shaw flowers where it's deserve. He did have to compete against Telles, and he come up on top, considering everyone in the beginning of the season was rating Telles. All the Man U fans were so excited. I mean, I agree with Will. Like, the Man United fans do need to pipe down about Luke Shaw, because in the beginning of the season, they were praising Telles. They didn't even want him. They were like, oh, Telles, he's a much better signing than Reguilón and Chilwell and all this shit and banter. And it was just like, oh, Telles this, and now Telles is like so irrelevant. But I don't know if Kieran Tierney is better than Shaw, though.
Can I just say add one thing?
I don't think Tierney's better than Shaw.
Can you?
I don't know
can I just
about
add one
that.
thing?
Yeah.
Opinions on players can change. I'm not saying that they can't.
Yeah.
I've not rated players in the past, and now I think they're very good. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't think you can go from he's shit, I don't want him at the club, to he's the best left back in the league. That's the level of sway
that's
I'm talking
extreme.
about. Like, for example, Christensen.
The biggest one you said, though, is
Christensen.
Robertson. I still think he's the best left back in
Robertson's
the
the best
league.
in the
He's
world.
been so
Partial. This is why I
consistent.
say that we're reactionary as fans, right?
Always,
We watch. I always say this, not just with Chelsea fans, but every type of fan.
Yeah.
Reactionary. We base it upon what we see in that season, and in our head we think that they're the best, and it's not always the case, because we forget about what that player done in the past, or who they was in the past in many ways, if that makes sense. So I always feel like with Luke Shaw, he's had a very good season. He's in form. To
Yeah.
be honest, out of all the left backs, I would say he's probably been the most consistent this season. Is probably the word.
In the
That
last
makes
couple of
sense,
months.
this
in
season.
in his performance. But this is where I get it. This season, there's too many people out there. He's the best left back in the Premier League ever.
Oh God, no!
Like,
Please.
That's
Please.
what I call reactionary.
And Jem
See
as
what
well.
I mean?
I wouldn't
Like,
even say the whole season he's been the best.
Yeah,
I'd say
actually,
Robertson until January. I'd say Robertson until
Yeah.
about mid-January was actually the best as well.
Yeah.
I think the second half of the season is when we really saw like Luke Shaw be the form he's in right now.
of course.
The first half of the season, it was like
He was good.
It
He
was
was good.
in
Don't
the
get me
water.
wrong, he was
You
good.
can tell it's him, you know.
He was,
Yeah.
Shaw's been good all season, and I'm not saying he's necessarily a bad. I mean, I did call him the Coladic Ben Chilwell. I'm not even trying to. I'm not trying to trash him necessarily. This is more of a. I'm just saying he's overrated, pretty much. That's what I'm going to say.
I think I can agree with that. I hope for his sake, because he has gone breaking a leg. That's tough. That breaking a leg and coming back from that and having a career from that is really tough. Like, I don't know if you guys remember. You remember Eduardo from Arsenal?
Oh,
Yeah, I remember
Jesus.
him.
I don't think he ever recovered from that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And to be able to break your leg and recover from that and actually have the season you're having, I only hope for Shaw's sake that he can keep this form, and he deserves
Andre
it.
Gomez is a good example of it.
He came back in the same season.
He's
okay,
season, didn't he? In many ways. So
Aaron Ramsey.
Yeah.
Aaron Ramsey.
And
Aaron
do
Ramsey.
you know what? Luke Shaw was a player that back in 2014, I thought
We were linked to him.
I thought we turned us down. We were the interest with him. We really wanted him. I remember all the reports.
I don't think we firmly bid for him. I don't think we.
No, I swear we bid 20 million, but they stuck to like 32, and we didn't want to pay that for it.
But guys, am I not mistaken though? Since he's come back from his broken leg, wasn't he voted like their player of the year for one of the seasons or something like that?
18-19. Was it 18-19?
Was it 17? Maybe 17-18 when they finished.
No, it was. I think it was Mourinho's last season before the one where he got sacked midway through.
Well, yeah, I mean, right.
But even then, they failed that season. They finished outside the top 4 and didn't win a trophy. So that's a complete failure.
I would just say, Luke Shaw. I mean, we are. I think we're. I think our left back situation. I think they're all pretty average at the moment. No one's outstanding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we were pretty blessed for a left back for quite a long time. And I'll save that for my unpopular opinion on another show. But we were blessed.
Trust
with
me,
Cole
everyone would agree with your opinion on a certain left back. Wait. It actually depends.
Exactly. You don't know what I'm going to say.
Let's just say, quote unquote, our left back. If you're talking about our left back, our legend,
English left back, yeah.
Yes, we all agree.
But yeah, I think at the moment, Luke Shaw though. I mean, the thing is, it's like if you are banging on about your left back being one of your best players, and he's not as if he's like Robertson, do you know what I mean? Like attacking all the time, then I don't know where that means that the rest of your team is not doing well. Do you know what I mean? If he's like up there as well, and it's not Robertson, it's not Reguilon, it's not attacking left back. Do you know what I mean? It's like I understand, but he has been impressive in the defence. I mean, he hit 10 clean sheets in the last 17 games or something like that. He's earned his place back in the England squad, that's for sure. But
and I'm
Luke
Shaw, and on form, he's probably the best left back in the league. But what I'm saying is that when I talk to United fans, I say overall, I say with Luke Shaw. On form, you could argue he's top 2 in the league, maybe even the best. But then we go into the overall debate, and some United fans still put him in top 2, and I think it's laughable.
Well, I definitely wouldn't put him over Robertson.
You might be laughing at my unpopular opinion, Will, because you ain't going to like it.
It's fine, Jim. I don't laugh at people's unpopular opinions. Apart from, no offence, Marshall, I know, everyone's going to say, Will, you have a Marshall agenda. I love Marshall.
You do.
Marshall agenda!
But wait a minute. Marshall said, the only one I've laughed at ever is when Marshall went I think Lampard would still win a job if we had fans. And he'd be
I
doing
mean
well.
yeah.
That's the only one I've
Look, that was a stretch, and I kind of believe it, but okay, that was
To be honest,
that was
when
a
it
more
comes to
funny
the
one.
fan base and obviously the whole COVID thing, I think Liverpool suffered the most without it. To be honest, You
Yeah,
can tell
no,
by
for
their
sure,
performances,
for
but-
sure.
I've got-
All right then, Jem. You bigged up your.
Well, I got two. innit?
You can
But
have two. You can have two.
The,
You can have two.
the easy one. I say it's unpopular, but we're all probably going to agree because we're Chelsea fans. But for me, John Terry and Ricardo Carvalho were the best partnership for me in Premier League history. That's a big call out. That's how
You're
much I
right.
like them a lot.
You're right.
But
They hold the record.
My other one, which probably a lot of people will disagree with, is, and I will as well. I'm waiting for it, but Kurt Zuma.
Hold back,
is the most out of all the defenders that we've got at the moment, has proven that he's the most adaptable defender in terms of formations and styles that are played at the moment.
Oh
If you look
shit!
at it, only has he played in a back four and played well with Thiago Silva, but every time he's been called into the team to play in a back three, where lots of people, not just Will, have called him out and said
That's wrong.
he's
Jeremy.
not good about his
That
distribution.
one there. I'm sorry. He's not
Wait,
always been.
wait,
good in the back
let me
three.
finish.
He's had a
Wait,
couple
Let him
of
land.
ones.
Will.
let me
land.
finish, man.
Yeah, and then you can go.
Will's
I know
like
you
a
weren't going to like
Rottweiler.
it, but let me finish it.
Let him land. Will. That's the rules, Will. Let him land.
Kurt Zuma this season, when he's asked to be played in a back three, and we can revert back to Everton against DCL when he kept him in his back pocket and he was called to play in that position, and then he done it again recently as well, where he hit Christensen in the Atletico Madrid game when Christensen wasn't able to play. And Zuma stepped in again. All right, we can say Rudiger had a good game, but Zuma filled in very well. For me, Zuma's showing me that he can adapt to the formations that are being asked of him. And yes, Johnny is a gem bomb. Zuma is the most adaptable defender that we have in our current squad at the moment. Why? Because Christensen, for me, is not good enough to play in the back four, and neither is Rudiger. But Zuma's proven that he is next to someone like Thiago Silva. So that's
Okay.
my unpopular opinion.
Now,
He didn't even just drop a bomb. He dropped a little bit of clusters with that too.
Yeah.
Piece of gem.
What's up, Slendz?
What's up, man? What's going on, man?
I think
Well,
Will's
speechless,
speechless.
Jesus.
You say that, Johnny, but
Yeah.
he's been playing well in a back three. So what are you
I
saying?
disagree with the. I can't lie. I disagree that every time he's been in the back three, he's played well.
This season,
Everton-
this season.
Even
wait a
this
minute,
season.
Let me, against Everton, he made an error which they almost scored from. If that goes
He
in, you know,
pocketed
that's
DCL, their best player.
That's
What are
a
you
mistake
saying?
leading to a goal. It was a mistake into a shot, quite a bad one. Against Southampton, I don't know what he was doing. One pass split him completely open. That led to a goal. We dropped
Both legs of Southampton.
Yeah, that was at the start of the season. He had a good run of form next to Thiago Silva. I agree with you that
Is this his best season at Chelsea under next
with
to Thiago
Rudiger
Silva?
and Christensen. Yes, we need to see them more in a back four, play to
Yeah.
a high level consistently. I agree. We need to probably sign a new centre back. So, but I don't think Zuma's our most adaptable defender.
Is he? Well, who
He's
is
not.
it? Go on. Who
I'd
is
say
your most
Rudiger is.
adaptable?
I'd say Rudiger is our most
Aspie.
adaptable
I disagree.
defender.
Aspie.
Christensen,
proven it.
Christensen. In the
I'm not
back
having
three
this
is our best
Aspilicueta
centre-back,
disrespect.
for sure. Rudiger,
Aspie.
I've seen. Wait, apart we talk. Okay, centre back then. Our most
KZ
adaptable-
Hive.
proper centre back, yeah. I'd say Rudiger is the most adaptable one. I'm not saying he's the best, he's the most adaptable. I've seen class performances from Rudiger in a back four and a back three. I've not seen that from Zuma really. I've not seen
I think
it.
Zuma is actually really underrated by a lot of Chelsea fans, and I don't
I
get
don't
it.
think he is, and I don't think
I agree.
I think he's getting
Do
sold.
you know what, though,
I
Jem?
think he
Done.
deserves a lot more than what he's been given in terms of praise. But go on, Slendz, what are you going to say?
Do you know what? I think the best Zuma we've seen is with John Terry, man. That Zuma was so good, man. Like he was
Before the
obviously
injury.
John Terry. Yeah,
Yeah, but-
John Terry makes you a better player.
Slendz,
I
he
think
was next to
that's Zuma.
Thiago Silva. He was good.
Yeah.
Let's be serious.
He was,
When
but I
you-
was more impressed with the John Terry one, man. I just think obviously John Terry had him more drilled, man. I think he's a bit more vocal as well, John Terry. So it's
Slendz,
always easier.
where it gets me is right. A lot of I'm not talking about Will, so Will, don't think I'm talking about you. But in terms of
It's cool,
of
Jimmy.
Chelsea,
Even if
in
you were,
Chelsea,
yeah,
in
it
Chelsea,
wouldn't matter.
Chelsea fans in general, we all said, please don't play Zuma. But every time we saw Zuma in the back three, everyone was melting. Oh no, it's Zuma. But he's played against Everton and he's played against Atletico Madrid, and he's done a very good job of it so far. So I think we should allow our players to be able to learn and adapt the way he has and become better. in his style. And for me, he's showing me that he's becoming better in terms of learning how to adapt in positions. Like, it's my unpopular opinion. Everyone will probably disagree with me, but
That's fair enough.
from what
That's
I've
fair
seen. Do you know what I mean?
That's fair enough.
So-
Yeah.
Let me
I mean,
because
I think AC is more adaptable as well.
Let me kick off. Right. I think he's played very well. I think he played very well on Wednesday. I think Tuchel has been focusing on him partly in the defense as well as Christensen. And I was worried I think everyone was worried when he picked him in the back three, but that was probably me overreacting a little bit. I think he's one of those players that is a confidence player, and I think Lampard knocked his confidence at the end of Lampard's reign, because remember, he wasn't picking him at the end, and I think it just needed to be picked up, and Tuchel has brought that up, and I thought he was magnificent on Wednesday. Thought he's part of that of silencing Felix and Suarez. I'm with Jim. I think going forward, I don't have an issue with Zuma playing at all. I know it's probably going to be a bit split, but I think he has been one of our better defenders this season. But then again, we've had an up and down season. But it's really hard now. If he continues to play well for the end of the season, his name was always at the top of the list of one of the defenders to go out of them. And I don't know if he plays well. I don't know what the situation is going to come in the summer, but Slendz.
Whichever, he's one of our most experienced. They don't
Yeah,
make any
exactly,
sense.
yeah,
Why is he
yeah.
always the first one out the door?
He actually
It doesn't
is.
Well,
make
he
sense
was,
to me.
wasn't he? Because AC was playing,
true.
Rudiger was in there, he wasn't in there, and then
Is
Thiago Silva, obviously. So
is Zuma the most experienced at the top level?
Yeah, in my
If
eyes.
you look at the
What,
amount of loans
Other than
Christensen
Silva, of
had,
course.
if you look at if you look at Christensen, he had loans at Mönchengladbach in the Bundesliga, was very impressive there. Some would argue that was the best, that was the most successful loan that we've had from a defender in a while. Then you've got, obviously under Conte, he played a massive part. Sarri, I guess he wasn't as much, but Zuma wasn't even. Zuma was out on loan, wasn't he? Zuma was out on loan for 17-18 as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he went to Everton,
So-
bro, in one of the
Everton and
hardest
Stoke.
leagues in the world,
okay,
apparently.
That's fair
So,
enough, but I'm talking about the top level, like a decent Europa to the Champions League team. Then you've got Sarri, where Christensen was a squad player, I guess. Then you look at 1920. Yeah, Zuma was probably better than Christensen throughout the whole of that season. And now this season, the first half, I'd say Zuma was better than Christensen. This half, I'd say Christensen's been better. So I don't.
do you know
I
what?
don't-
Can I just say something on that really quickly, Will? Right? This is why I say I feel like Chelsea fans run agendas, and I'm probably as bad with it as well with Chris Christensen, because I don't really. I think he's good, but I don't think he's better than Zuma. That's my
Jorginho.
opinion. But
I'm trying
whatever,
to be objective. That's what I'm saying.
but
What Zuma's
But
done
my
is
point
well.
is this:
Jorginho,
isn't it weird that we always pull to who we feel is better rather than take a step back and go, hang on, do you know what? They've all got mistakes in them. Christensen fucked us over. Zuma's fucked us over.
Jem,
Rudiger's
of course.
fucked us over. They've all
Of
fucked us
course.
over in the past. They've all got a mistake in them. Instead of looking at them and going,
Even
"They're all as
Thiago
bad as
Silva
each
has
other."
made a mistake.
That's
Yeah.
Jem. That's why I want to bring in another centre back.
Yeah,
That's why I
Ahmad
wanna
would
bring
say
in-
that because he's a PSG fan, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
But
he's
he's got-
Jem, can I bounce off
concentrating
what you said,
stopping
actually, yeah?
Lewandowski there, Ahmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ahmad,
Yeah.
cry.
Now, you know what Jim said
Oh.
about not trusting centre backs, yeah? It's
Yeah.
actually facts, man. Because I'm not going to lie to you, this might be unpopular itself. I still don't have trust in them just yet. Like, I don't think 10 games is not, 15 games is enough for me to just change my mind about them. I always say it's a season or a season and a half, then I can see you improve. But I do think individually, they let down a lot of managers in the past by individual mistakes. Do you know what I mean? And this year, someone like Christensen, I remember him in Barnsley getting bodied by
Against Barnsley, he was good.
Yeah.
He was
No,
good.
but I remember he got bodied once. I remember against Zuma.
Oh, he had
against,
he had a head injury. He got kicked in the head. Yeah.
Okay, but he's just too light. That's what I think. And I think Zuma obviously kicking the ball out in the 90th minute against Tottenham. If we had lost that game, I would have been raging again. So it's just individual mistakes that I dislike that these players have still. Obviously, they have improved, so I have to respect it. But until a season and a half comes through, then I'll be like, listen, I can change my mind about you.
Yeah.
I think we all agree that either if Thiago, because remember, guys, Silva's not signed a new contract. Yeah,
Not
he's not
yet.
signed
Not
a
yet,
contract
not
to
yet.
stay.
Not yet.
He will, don't worry. He will, man.
Okay, if he does, I still want a dominant centre back to not only play with him, but when Silva's rested, that he's then there to lead whoever else is beside him, whether it's a back three or it's a pairing, something like that. That's what we need as well. But I mean, Zuma. I think Zuma's always going to split opinion. I think all our centre backs apart from Thiago Silva are going to split opinion. Okay, I don't think anyone apart from Thiago Silva has the respect and the 100% backing. Okay, you're always going to, even though Rudiger's been playing well recently, people are still going to go, yeah, but he scored that own goal, against Sheffield, and fair enough. But I think we still need to sign, definitely need to sign a big, strong centre back.
Do you know what annoyed me about Zuma, the most winter surfer, right?
Yeah.
He played very well under Lampard, and then he just got dropped from that. And I was
That's
looking
what I
why he
said,
got dropped.
yeah.
It was like, why did he get
that was
dropped?
weird.
What has he done wrong? What did
Yeah.
he do wrong? Because he was actually, for me, he was a starter. He was playing that well. I was like, he was scoring. He was our top goal scorer in terms of goals scored from corners because he used to, he was our most biggest threat from corners, and we know
Biggest
that.
weapon.
Zuma's very
Biggest
good in the air.
weapon.
He's strong in the air, and when he got dropped, I was like, why? Like, it didn't make no sense. So a lot of people think, oh, he got dropped, but no one actually knows why he got dropped.
That's the strange thing, though, right? That's the strange thing. We're going on 2-3 months.
Yeah.
That's not even come out. I've not even seen any
Exactly.
report. Like, why did Zuma? And you would think something would have come out, but
He
obviously
didn't even make a mistake. It didn't make no sense.
He wasn't even making a mistake. It was like
What did he
Rudiger
do?
was
I think
making a
in that
mistake.
aspect, and this is something people have been talking about with Rudiger. I think in that aspect, what happened was, I think Rudiger stepped up. There was a few games where Rudiger got to play in the Champions League. He looked solid, and maybe Lampard saw that in him and said, you know what, Rudiger's been looking good. I kind of have to play him. And that's the thing about Rudiger too, is he got that really bad injury and he hasn't looked the same since. And slowly but surely we've been seeing the really positive sides of Rudiger. In my opinion, unfortunately, and this doesn't mean that Zuma's bad. I still think Zuma is a great defender. Honestly, all of our defenders have really, really, really strong aspects and traits. And Zuma being that he's a tank essentially, and if he beats you to the ball, he beats you at 50-50s. That's it. You're not winning because he's so built. Unfortunately, I think he falls out of all of our defenders. When it comes to current form, I think he's at the bottom of the pecking order, and I don't mean to say that as a means of like.
It's my question, Marshall. Why?
The reason I think why is because although his strong aspects are his strength, right? His jumping ability, that's fine. I think what's going on is that Tuchel wants defenders that can play from the back. Which is why he's favoring a Rudiger, which is why he's favoring a Christensen, and a Christensen that stepped up in Thiago Silva's absence too. Let's get that right too. And this kid is cutting through midfields with his passes, and it's been phenomenal to see. It's something that I thought people were just saying because whatever, that's one of his strengths, and I never saw it myself. And then once he started playing these games, I started seeing it. I think you don't really get that with Zuma, and that's not to say that Zuma is a bad defender. No, when it comes to just defending, he has solidity, and when he's confident on his day, he's a tank, just like Rudiger in there. But there are those days where, of all of our defenders, I think Zuma has had maybe up there with Christensen when Christensen was in the back four with Lampard this season at least. I think Zuma has had the most questionable decisions and iffy plays, and you see sometimes with Zuma you do have that little inkling of nervousness because you see oh, what are you doing, or there's some mistake in him.
Wait, can I say something? Sorry,
sorry, Slendz, I'll let you go.
No, I want to say something about that actually.
No,
That's the thing.
I'm not going to say anything about this. What I'll say is there was just a comment in the chat.
That's what we're going to do.
I got rid of that guy, okay? You can't debate someone without putting an argument across and just say, "Oh, this American guy's talking shit." You're gone.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah, you're gone. Yeah,
Guys,
you're gone.
Wait, can I just say it's called an unpopular opinion show? Yeah, it's called an unpopular. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch it, man.
Yeah,
if you disagree with someone, just do it respectfully.
It's not
you know
even
what I
that,
mean?
Slendz. Disagree. Exactly. Disagree. Just come on. Go ahead, Slendz. Sorry, my friend.
Yeah, listen, man. I'm obviously I'm still in the office working on the Erling Haaland deal, man. Roman got me working overtime, so that's still on here, man.
Yeah, because you want
Listen.
Timo Werner out, didn't you? I forgot.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
You know me, man.
Swap deal.
I'm on the top of the top, man. But nah, listen, I'm gonna have an unpopular opinion, and I think, listen, in 30 minutes I might get like bottled in the head, man, because it's very unpopular for me.
Where's my bottle?
I believe so.
Yeah. Watch it.
So if you guys see me disappear in 30
I
minutes,
got the band from studio thing up. Just watch it. Yeah.
well, it's about Aspie, man. It's about Aspie.
Oh.
No.
Okay,
Don't do
go.
this, please. Think
Before I
you talk.
start, I want to just start off by saying that
This
this is
one's
our
gonna
most
spark
consistent player in the last decade. I'd say that. Yeah, I think his performances have never dropped below a 5. Never. He's never.
Lay
below 5.
on, but
Yeah. No, and obviously, I need to talk about this. I think he is the only old school player we have in our team. Yeah. But what I will say is,
Wait,
I don't believe.
Slendz, wait. What I think it's safe to say Aspie is a Premier League right back legend.
He's one of the best right backs
I
in the
think.
league.
I'll give it. I agree
Yeah.
with Marshall.
100%.
In the history of the Premier League.
Facts, he is.
Yeah,
He is. Facts, he is.
Go on.
What I will say is, here's what I'll say. Yeah.
very underrated.
I think.
don't lose your voice like Charlotte. Please don't do
Listen,
that. Yeah.
I think as a captain, I have been unimpressed with him at times with what he does. As a captain, I don't think he's completely captain material. And I'll explain why. Let me just explain why. I think I've seen too many incidents on the pitch here where I wanted the captain to stand up and actually like lead the team. For example, with that Kepa incident, one of the most embarrassing incidents I've ever seen. Yeah, Kepa decides to stay on the pitch and he doesn't. I see Aspie just sitting there, not taking control of the situation. If John Terry was on that pitch, yeah, Kepa would grab Kepa by the back of the neck and throw him at the pitch. I haven't seen him do that enough. I've seen our players get tackled really badly, and I haven't seen him stand up. And I've seen him. Do you know that Maguire incident? Yeah, when he got headlocked.
Louise.
No, Maguire incident. I just think for me, yeah, I wanted him to just be a lot more vocal, man. He's not vocal enough. Like vocal to the referee, like speak up. You know, remember we played PSG in the knockout tie, yeah? Zlatan was tackling someone foot, like he had his studs up. Our whole team just stood around him, yeah? And literally we gave him a red card. I just want our players to have that. I don't necessarily think Aspie has that tiger, that lion inside him. I do think he leads the team well. But I think as a captain, I want someone like Thiago Silva leading me. Do you know what I mean? I think Silva's very vocal.
Slendz,
but yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I think. I actually disagree with you. I think Aspie's quite vocal from what I've seen of him. When we score goals, I've seen the guy go mental, like literally sprint and skid on his belly, like where he's so excited that we score. Like I've seen him square up to people, and even when he's fouled people, he squared up to him and said, "Why are you on the floor? Get up, you prick!" Like, do you know what I mean? Like but that's the hunger. The biggest issue you got with that, and I don't think it's because Aspie's not a leader. I think he is a leader in my eyes, in my perspective. I think when you look back at when John Terry was around, it wasn't just only John Terry that you had as a leader. We had a spine through that team. Mm-hmm. So you had Peter Cech, John Terry, Frank Lampard, and Didier Drogba. Now, all these guys were big leaders. You look at the Chelsea squad right now, I struggle to find leaders. Since Thiago Silva came in, I could only really think of Aspie. You name me someone else from that spine that's gonna step up and get involved in a crunch.
We don't have a spine.
A decision.
Yeah.
So I think the reason you don't. I think the reason why you don't see it as much is because the reason I don't think you see it as much is because we don't actually have any leaders in our squad, barring Aspie. That's what I think.
Can I just say, Jem? You know what? You know your point about his captaincy. I think the reason he's captain, one of the main reasons is because he leads with his performances. I think he's so consistent, man. I said this in the beginning before I started talking. He's our most consistent. He's been the most consistent player I can think of in the last decade. I think in the Premier League, full stop. Like this guy, he always drops a 7 or above. Like if he has a shocker like a red card against Arsenal, then that happens. But I've seen this guy consistently put these performances. But what I will say is, I understand the whole thing about our squad itself lacking leaders. I agree with you, but that's why you need someone like Thiago Silva, who is just an alpha male. But he reeks of captaincy, man. That's what I think of him. That's why I'm saying if there wasn't an alternative to Aspie, I wouldn't say anything. But I'm saying if Thiago Silva stays for next season, I would love to see him as a captain, because I've seen him lead his country. I've seen him lead his his club to Champions League finals. Do you know what I mean? I just that Kepa, one more thing, that Kepa incident, man, it left a very bitter taste in my mouth because it's the most embarrassing.
To be fair, though,
moments of fans. Yeah.
There's one thing I would say, and does Thiago Silva actually have to be the captain? Can he just be a leader without being the captain?
No, I get it. Yeah,
he can. He doesn't actually have to be a captain.
You've seen it recently.
To be a leader, exactly. I don't think you should give him the captaincy
on the stands.
I think he. You know what you get with Thiago Silva. You get a world-class defender, and you get experience. You get leadership.
Will, let me tell you, right? Did Hazard need to be the captain?
No.
Did Diego Costa need to be the captain? Did Cesc Fabregas need to get? The difference is, Azpilicueta, like Jim said, is the only one before Thiago Silva came in who I think is worthy of that captain's armband in this squad. I think he's the only one. And
I agree.
And listen, also I think he's very popular in that dressing room. Yeah. And for someone to come in and
take it
rip the captaincy off him, captain it like straight away and give it to someone else, you're in a loser straight away with that one. And I think Tuchel, that's the brilliance of Tuchel and the simpleness of Tuchel, of the man management side of Tuchel. He's not going to come in and take the captaincy of Azpilicueta because he'd be on a loser right there and then.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Silva that had to. It wouldn't be Silva the players would think less of because I doubt, and it'll be Tuchel. Tuchel would maybe disrupt it a bit.
Yeah, because remember, even when Thiago Silva came in, Lampard said he was vice captain or something. And I swear Jorginho was supposed to be vice captain. So it's like Lampard probably made a mistake there, even putting Thiago Silva as vice captain because Jorginho had been there for 2 years as the vice skipper. I will say though, we have to build a new spine, man. We have to build a new spine.
It's true.
We do.
And Jorginho Jorginho is very vocal on the pitch.
Pepsi Max, real quick. Pepsi Max.
Some would say he's one of the leaders, but I don't want him to be captain. No. If
he's not a star, so he can't be, man. I don't like seeing someone who's not a star be captain.
I'd rather actually be captain. You can have more. We just need more leaders in general. Mason Mount, for example, my problem is with Mason Mount. I'm not saying he works so hard. He's very consistent, but I wouldn't have him anywhere near captain's armband for another. I wouldn't have him anywhere near that captain's armband for at least another 4 years. Because for me,
that's fair.
There's a few things you need to you need to be experienced.
Exactly.
And I'm properly experienced.
That's the biggest one.
Yeah, you need experience. You need to be respected by. You need to be a bit. With that experience, you need to be maybe a bit older, so younger players can respect you more. You need to have had big moments with the club that people remember, and you need to be a winner. They're the 4 things for me. They're the 4 things to be proper.
Let's get one thing right on to Will's point about Mason. The biggest reason he was captain during Lampard's last game against Luton Town, right? Is because you look at that, all the players on that squad. He was the one. Was Conte in that squad? I don't think he was. It was Gilmore, right? I can't remember really. But of all the players in that starting 11, he was the one that is like the most respected of all of them. He's been in the team already. You know, he knows what the manager wanted, and on top of that, you know, Lampard, it's his last game, it's his favorite player. You know, we get that too. So let's not, you know, it is foreshadowing in the future. He is going to be a captain, but let's also look at a good example here. Kevin De Bruyne from Man City. He wasn't captain of Man City for a while.
He's still
Silva.
He's still Fernandinho.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, you know, you look at Kevin De Bruyne right now, like it's only recently he's become captain, but for the longest time it was Silva. David Silva was one of their best midfield, the most experienced midfielder in that team. He was in Man City for a very long time. So I think you do have to earn the captaincy, and that's why
Neymar's not their captain. It's Marquinhos.
Exactly, and that's the thing too. Like Aspie. In my opinion, okay, you can look at the situation and be like, yeah, it was disgrace, but especially this season, I feel he's really stepped it up because there's been more like a Thiago Silva. You bring that energy, and that energy is contagious, and it starts bringing the energy out of you. I think there are situations this season where this is a perfect one. When I forgot what game it was, but there was a penalty, and Tammy wanted the penalty, but Aspie took over despite Tammy crying and making a whole scene about it, and gave the ball to Jorginho. He's like, no, Jorginho takes our penalties. We're doing it this way.
The last time someone took the ball off our penalty taker, we ended up losing to Valencia. So.
Do you know what? Can you put that Shahab comment up again? The last comment.
What, this one.
This one. Yeah. Go on, what Marshall, you can finish, man, and then I'll say my point.
But yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
that's ridiculous.
He has had situations where he stepped up as a captain this season, especially. I think he's a great captain. I think people, and that's another thing too to mention. Every team, captains come in different shapes and forms. They don't always have to be the whole loud and shout and just alpha male macho kind of guy like a Thiago Silva is. Don't get me wrong. I love Thiago Silva.
I can't lie. I think you do need to. You need to be well respected in some sort of way. You've got to have a presence as well.
But you don't necessarily. You do have to have a presence. I get it, but you don't necessarily have to be the alpha macho yelling all the time.
I want my leaders and my captain to have put fear in the opposition as well. Facts. I want my leaders to put fear.
Do you know what I need? Do you know what I need as a leader? And this comment here, right? It says Mendy, Silva, Kante, Havertz, and soon Haaland. All right, Haaland is an if and a but, right? But you look at the players that we currently have right there that they've called out, right? Thiago Silva, yes. Kante.
He's not someone that's vocal,
but
quiet.
he's not vocal. But what he will do is he will insert his talent across the pitch which benefits the team. So it's different. Like Wednesday, but the issue I've got with this is Havertz. We go into a game and say we them back in the old days, right, when we did have the Terrys and the Droppers, right, and we were struggling to win games. We were 0-0. We need someone to step up and show that courage, get us through that game. Just anyone to step up, score that goal. I don't think Havertz does that. I'm not saying Havertz can't do that, but at the moment, I'm saying he's not that person.
You're right.
Not that person.
Do you know who Havertz reminds me of, Jam?
That's the issue I have with it.
That's not even a spine. That's like
and also
can
I just say, Silva. If he's in the spine, he's not going to be in there for long.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No,
I was just going to say, bro. I was going to say that when it comes to these players, all of them, right? We're basing us assuming there'll be a spine on a couple of not a couple of weeks, but a couple of months of good form. For me, do you know when Czech, Drogba, Lampard, and Terry all became our spine? 10 years later, when they won the league title of Carlo, that's when I believe they were our spine because they stayed there for 10 more years. I don't see it. Yeah, not 10 more, but like 5 or 6 more years. I don't see it as a couple of months and that's it. You're a new spine. I want to see someone who's done it for at least a season, won a trophy, and then I can start believing that you could be a spine. You could be there for years, for generations. But I'm not gonna start calling them spine now, man. It's way too premature.
That's fair enough. And Jem, do you know who Havertz reminds me of? Yeah, I feel like Havertz could be very important as like a Bayern Munich. They have the players like Lewandowski, Koeman. They have Kimmich, like the star names. And I'm not saying this player isn't a star name. I feel like Havertz could be sort of like Thomas Muller, if you get what I mean. As in like a very important elite player in the future. But not like, I don't see, apart from a few, if you ask Bayern fans who's their favourite player, and maybe the older people might say maybe Thomas Muller right now because he's been there for quite a long time. But a lot of, if you ask people who's Bayern's best player, you wouldn't say Thomas Muller, would you? So I think Havertz could be that Muller type player, if you get what I mean.
Do you know what? I will actually disagree with you,
in the future.
Man.
Yeah, not now. Not obviously.
Yeah.
Not
I can see it.
I actually think he might be our marquee player. Man. I think
potentially, but I can see him being a very good player, and not even maybe. I think he has world class potential. I think that's why we bought him.
I actually think if we sign Haaland, he will. The only one I said about the spine, having a spine, a leadership of a spine, Haaland would be the tip of that, and then you would probably have. We need a centre back who can give us that, right? Thiago
Yeah.
Silva's there at the moment, but
No.
he won't be there for the long run, right? You look in your midfield. Can Kante be that? Maybe in his individual performances, but he ain't going to be like what Marshall said, someone that has to shout, get about,
He
be
needs a
vocal.
dirty dog with him. That's what he needs. a
So
dirty
if he
dog.
can, providing he's still at Chelsea and he can provide the performances that he did against Atletico Madrid, then I'm cool, because to me that's a part of the spine.
Do you know
what
what,
I mean?
Jem?
That's what works for me.
If you want to
Jorginho's
sit in,
quite
if you
vocal.
want to sit in midfielder to partner Kante, I swear Locatelli is Sassuolo captain. I think he is. I think you got Locatelli, who's Sassuolo captain. You've got Koopmeiners, who's AZ Alkmaar's captain. They are both very. Well, okay, I've not seen Koopmeiners actually, but Locatelli's very good from what I've seen. He's a very good young midfielder. He's pretty complete, if I'm being honest, for a City midfielder. Koopmeiners, I've read and heard very good scout reports on. I do need to watch him though. I need to see if he has.
Well, do you know what though? We shouldn't forget that Havertz was. Sorry, go on.
If you want to sit in midfielder who's a leader and can be a part of what we're trying to build for years to come, go for Locatelli or a Koopmeiners and play.
I was going to say Rice.
I was going to say, we shouldn't forget
Don't
that.
You say Rice.
No.
That will be my.
If we were to sign Rice, I wouldn't mind. I think he's a decent.
No,
guy.
don't even go there.
Okay, do you know what? Here's what I'll say about Rice.
Jesus.
Don't start me off.
Hold on. Here's what I'll say about Rice. Yeah, this is what I'll say. Listen, the only way I'd buy Rice,
Slendz, that's about it. Yeah, I don't need any other Rice.
The only way I would buy Rice, is if he was worth 30 mil. That's it. That's the only way. If anything more than that, it's too much for me. He's overpriced when we could get someone that's good.
He's not a £60 million player, Slendz. There's no
he's
way
80 million apparently, bro. 80 million apparently.
Yeah,
ridiculous, man.
Yeah, that's not.
He's never that much. Never that much.
Yeah.
That's true. That comment a couple seconds ago from Peter Wilder. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I get what people are coming from.
I see a little bit of Ozil and Ballack in him.
People are saying Berbatov. I sort of get what he means, but I guess the height and
I think Ballack's a good representation.
I mean, they used to.
No,
you probably remember this, Jem. You probably remember this Berbatov. They used to nickname him Hannibal.
Havertz is not better than
because his heart rate never went over a certain thing, man. He was always just calm, Berbatov, and I see a bit of that in Havertz. He's very laid back. I don't know if he's actually just still trying to settle in, and he's not. There was a video of him midweek I don't even think it was from this past game, where everyone else is talking to each other, and he's just standing by himself.
Oh yeah, no one's talking to him.
No, but he's just focused like that.
Yeah.
And that's what
I was thinking more. All around me are familiar faces. I felt so bad.
With our new signings that we want to make, I'm fine with getting a younger defensive midfielder that we want to come in and be a replacement for whoever. Like, if you want to replace Jorginho or Kante, whatever.
Yes,
if you want a younger replace, if you do, okay, fair enough. But I really hope that we can sign some elite talent at around the age of 26. If you get what I mean, and I mean elite players like Marquinhos, that level.
Oh yeah, I would love.
But obviously, I'd love Marquinhos in centre back.
I like Marquinhos. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but
Ahmad's watching
Captain
right
material.
now. Ahmad is watching right now.
But you're never going to get Marquinhos. You're never going to get Marquinhos.
Ahmad,
Give us Marquinhos, mate. You don't need him. Your league's shit.
Ahmad, we'll give you Zuma and Rudiger. We'll give you both, and Christensen if you want. If you want Christensen as well, I don't mind Christensen and Rudiger, but if Marquinhos is on the table, you can have all three.
You know what I want to do? You know what I want to do with this Zuma conversation we had earlier too? I think we should come back to this at the end of the season. Because I would like to see, because right now I'm on the boat of we might not even need to sign another center back at the rate we're going at.
No, I disagree.
All right, that's an unpopular opinion for next. But I do want to come back to this at the end of the season. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I'm going to do mine. I don't know if it's going to be unpopular or not.
You haven't done yours.
Are we doing call-ins after yours?
We will do one. That's why mine's going to be very short.
Well,
maybe, hopefully. I want people. I don't know. I don't believe anyone here. It's not going to be anyone here. I want all you Mendy doubters.
Prime.
To send in the flowers. So I tell you why. Even through these clean sheets, you all doubted him, right?
Yes.
You all doubted him. he stepped up against Leeds. Okay, he kept this unbeaten run going against Leeds. All right, yeah. You called him Mr. Tickle. You be praying he called him Mr. Tickle with his long arms.
Kepa ain't
Those
saying
long
that.
arms.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you know
those
what?
long
Yeah,
arms.
Kepa wasn't
he-
saving
you know what?
those.
You know
Yeah.
what?
You know-
I need to
Hang on,
apologise.
let me land.
Go on.
If he continues to play the way he is going, I see the goalkeeping situation changing from getting a number one to getting more of an established number two, and saving us money, and then we
Yeah, I
don't have to
agree.
focus
Do you
on
know what?
paying 108 million for Oblak. Because
I
I tell
agree.
you what, guys, if Mendy had let in a goal like Oblak did on Wednesday, oh my God, would you
Yeah,
be
facts,
still
yeah,
hearing
facts.
about it right
Wait,
now?
guys, I need to
Do you know what I mean?
apologise
But-
to. I used to when we signed this guy. Yeah, I was so happy because Kepa at that time gave me bad abuse.
Yeah.
I think we all were.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna apologise to who I used to call Papa Mendy. I'm sorry, Papa Mendy. Mr. Tickles. I'm sorry.
I need
Sorry,
to defend myself here, man. I need to defend
I'm
myself here
sorry.
because I'm the only one who said something about Mendy, and here's what I'll say. Yeah, listen. My only issue with Mendy, it never was his shot stopping. I think I'm not gonna lie. Since he's came in, I haven't seen any shocking saves or saves that have unimpressed me. I think his saves it's the saves that he's supposed to make, and then the Leeds one was a level above. It was saves that, wow, like that is
That was
really
a
good
check
save.
save. That was
Yeah.
a check save.
But what I will say is every mistake he's made this season, yeah, it's a loss of concentration. That worries me because I think, listen, as long as you can put your head screwed on and not do that again, then we can move on. But I think that Everton one was a lack of concentration. I
You,
think-
you.
I think that
Prime,
the Leeds
prime,
one, the
prime.
Leeds one as
Wait
well.
a
The
minute,
Leeds
I-
one.
Mate.
Wait, let
I
me just
really
stand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Leeds one, obviously, what was again a loss of concentration. I think as long as he can slowly ease that out of his game, we're looking at a number one goalkeeper hopefully for the future. Listen, we have to trust Peter. We have to trust Peter Cech, man. When he sees someone and he lets him do it, yeah, and he buys him, you just know that this guy is going to be good because I will trust Cech.
Can I also
It's
say?
Petr Cech, wasn't it?
Can I also say?
Yeah.
Jack came from Rennes as well.
Yeah.
So whatever they're doing at
Yeah.
Rennes,
We have a good
with
relationship with
goalkeepers,
them.
but whatever they're doing with goalkeepers, people should be taking notice of that.
Andrew, their
But
goalkeeper
yes.
now is also good. Their
That's what I
goalkeeper now is
mean.
also
The
good.
I feel-
goalkeeper now is
Yeah.
good.
You know what I feel is going to happen? I think the next game, Mendy's just going to come in with the check helmet just for no
It's
reason.
almost
just
like they have
be
sort
able
of a. It's like they have a.
it's like I'm there already.
It's like they have a machine where they
Yeah, but
clone
he has
good
prime.
goalkeepers. They just
He
clone
has
good
improved on his
goalkeepers.
distribution.
But do you know what? I think, unless someone wants to add anything, Mendy, like I said, if he continues to step up, it saves us a lot of
Of course
business
it does.
in the summer.
Facts,
You know what I mean?
It does.
You know what I mean?
100%.
It does.
He's only
Oh,
28.
I
as
have
well,
a question
you
to
know?
ask you guys.
Yeah, he's
I
not,
have a
even,
question
in
to
the
ask
he's
you
not
guys.
even in his prime for goalkeeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's only
28.
27, I think.
28.
28.
Yeah.
28.
Still young, bro.
28.
Still
We
young
need
for
to
a keeper.
Still very
allow
young.
players. We need to allow players
Yeah.
to be able to learn. They're
Might
not
be
all
29.
born. They're not all born to Chelsea to be perfect. Yeah. They
I
need
will
to be
say,
able to
though,
adapt. You know.
about Mendy. I will say this. Well, I have a question, and I'll say this. I do still want to sign another keeper because in the incident that Mendy does get injured,
Yes.
we need
that's-
someone. We need
that's what I
someone.
said.
Yeah.
That's what I said. The goalkeeper situation
Yeah. The
for
big.
me
It's a big drop off.
changes. The
It's a big
goalkeeper
drop off.
changing.
Yeah.
The goalkeeper situation
There's
for me
a
in the summer
goalkeeper.
is about finding a number two. And
Yeah,
I have
number two.
I have
I've
a
got
question
I've
for
got
you
a good-
guys.
I've
There
got
isn't
wait,
a great number two. Though,
I've
is
got
there?
a
No.
good option out there who could be another.
I have a
two,
question
yeah.
for you guys. I have a question for you
Hang on,
guys.
go on, Will. Go on, Will.
If-
Hang on.
if-
Let Will say his bit. and then
Okay,
you
go for it, Will.
There's a goalkeeper at not Rems. Like it's spelled REI. I can't pronounce it. I can't.
The band REM.
No. What?
Like he knows who REM is.
Yeah, you
Go
know
on.
Rems. Yeah,
Damn.
Yeah.
the team in France. They have a goalkeeper called Rakovic. Statistically, last year he was one of the best goalkeepers in Europe's top 5 leagues, and I think he's got a release clause of 7.5 million. So that could be a good option as a backup.
See, the thing that gets me is if Donna comes in, Donnarumma,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
ain't sitting on the bench. So
No,
Mendy's-
no.
Yeah.
I don't want that. Do you know what I mean?
We'll see what happens. What I wanted to ask you guys is, if we do go on to win the Champions League, we go on to win the FA Cup. Do you think you can consider Mendy up there, like borderline world class?
No, not world class.
Not world class, but I'm not going to have any slander
Class.
against him. Do you know what I mean? He has the potential. He has the potential. to do
Marshall,
that.
it depends on how much he contributes, though. Do you remember Czech?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
The way he contributed, it was
Yeah.
incredible. Do you know what I mean? So it
Yeah,
depends
yeah.
how much he. I won't think of him as world class yet after one season. I never will. I'll give him 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I want to see him fully.
It's
I know
too
what-
early.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is too early, obviously. Yeah,
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to need. We're gonna need like top level goalkeeping if we're gonna make that final and win it too. So
Okay.
we'll see what happens.
So we've reached the end of our unpopular opinions. I'm going to drop a link in the chat. When you come on, give your unpopular opinion. Absolutely fine. We'll give you time to land or disagree with one of ours. We'll give you time to land. At the moment, Kai's only got a deal where we can only have 6 people on. So we'll have to rotate you. That would mean obviously dropping
one
you out
at
of
a
the
time.
studio as well, not in the background. So like I said, but come and make your point. No one is going to interrupt you, okay? We're going to let you land, make your
Try.
point, and then we'll
Unless
come
you're
at
talking shit.
Yeah. No, but Jem, we got to make sure we got to let them land their shit so we can see how far their
them
shit
land their
goes. You know what I mean? And then we can actually see what their true agenda is. But let me put it in the chat. But yeah.
Johnny's a bomb, isn't he? That's what I'm waiting for.
Well, Johnny, it's in the chat, my friend. Get yourself on. Put it in. But yeah, I mean, that's what I like these shows. You know what I mean? We've disagreed on some of them, but we're not shouting at each other.
We've actually
It's like Jem's
agreed
chat.
on it.
We know Jem's chat. They're not shouting at each other.
Yeah, exactly.
I had more
This is-
opinions, man, but I had to leave that way, man. Otherwise,
Yeah, but
Just
I've got
say,
another
we have plenty of shows.
Jem's chat. Charlotte came on with a squeaky voice, but at the end of it, she had her voice back. It was very weird. She was
Isn't it? That's
it was
what I
like a
thought as well. What's
It
going
was a
on there?
reversal. I'm gonna get this man on and see if he drops a bomb on this chat. Mr.
Oh,
Johnny.
Johnny, I thought I was done with you for tonight, mate.
Mr. Johnny, he never sleeps. Johnny never sleeps, I don't think, man.
Here's Johnny, boys.
It's plugged in.
Here's
somewhere.
Johnny Bomb.
Thank you.
money.
Sell mates amount.
Right.
Go on, my friend. You're
so-
bigging
so
up your
I-
unpopular opinion.
Well, it's not really a big up, but I think you're all going to disagree. I think everyone will disagree, probably the whole Chelsea fan base. But I'm
So
going to
why
say
say
this because I actually believe that what I'm going to say is very, very possible. I actually think Tuchel is going to make Kepa our number one. He's going to turn him around. He's going to turn Kepa around.
Wow.
I
Johnny,
generally
leave it
think
out, mate.
Let him land, let him land.
No.
I genuinely think that. And
Heard
the
Kepa's name.
reason I think that is Mendy's on fire right now, and Kepa's come in for the FA Cup game, and he made arguably 2 really good saves, and he kept a clean sheet, and he performed, and he sat on the bench, and he's on his 8-year contract, and he's chilling.
Oh,
All right.
man. 8 years.
But
Jesus.
8-year contract, and he's not requesting to leave. All right, he wants to stay and prove himself because I genuinely think he wants to turn it
gather his
around.
money.
No,
I disagree.
I think he's got mentality actually, and I genuinely think the way Tuchel is managing the whole squad, from what we're seeing right now, I
Carry
can
on
see
smoking,
him.
mate.
I can see him bringing in Kepa tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
I
can see
that. Yeah.
I can see another clean sheet, and you got to respect this, all right? Under Sarri, our defense was pretty decent,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
Kepa had a very good season. He won Europa League. He made some fantastic saves, and there is a goalie in there of quality, and why we bought him.
I don't think
Under
so.
Lampard, our defense was, we know, not the best. All right,
Very kind.
yeah, and he had a shit defense in front of him. There was a lot expected of Kepa. Now, with Mendy's got a top defense in front of him. I will give Kepa this credit: his distribution with his feet is better than Mendy.
I agree.
Right? He has other attributes. He has got the reactionary save in him. the instinct in him. He's got a bit of a De Gea vibe in him for me.
No,
But he needs to. No, hold on. He needs to. How can I say? He needs his confidence built. Tuchel is going to be the manager to do that, and I generally think if he gets his confidence back and he's playing in front of a back four or back three that is not conceding, in those moments where he's need like Mendy shown, I think Kepa can do that. I think there's a goalie there. I genuinely think there's a goalie there.
Can I answer your question, man?
But yeah, go for it, guys. I don't think you're all going to agree, obviously.
No, I think that just sums it up, doesn't it?
Yeah, but look at the period of the season it was.
No, forget that.
It was a bad period, man.
Listen, you've been watching Tuchel come into this club and make all the players that's been coming on in this team. It doesn't matter who's been playing, perform, and now you're hoping that someone like Kepa can also perform because every other player on that pitch is doing the same at the moment. And this is where your hope is lying on at the moment, is that you're seeing him do it with everyone else and you're thinking that Kepa can be the same. But the truth and honest God truth is this. Yes, under Sarri, he was protected very well. Under Lampard, he wasn't protected very well.
Right.
But he's a goalie, mate. You know, so what you're saying to me is this. If our defenders defend well and they limit the shots against him, he's a good goalie.
Yeah,
but if you allow shots at him, he's vulnerable. That tells me that he's not a good enough goalie to be at Chelsea Football Club, because when you need him to be involved in games where we can't defend as well as we have been in past games, then that's a problem for me. But he can't be your main goalie.
Johnny, I can't tell if you're trolling.
No, hold on. Listen. Right?
And that's not even
listen.
You never know, Johnny. You never know.
Let me land, right? Let me land. In the Europa season when we won it under Sarri, right?
He's laughing.
He was good, bro. He was good.
Laughing.
Yeah?
I can hear it.
Slendz making me laugh.
He doesn't believe it. I know he don't.
No, listen. But with Kepa, right? Kepa has got minerals in there. He's got minerals in there.
He's got a fanny. He ain't got balls, mate.
But listen,
dinosaur arms, man. Allow it, man.
This is my point. My point is, if you put the best goalies in the world, all right, and they had 15 shots at them, are you telling me they're gonna stop all those 15 shots?
Oblak has against Liverpool.
Well, he ain't stopped
when they won the game, mate.
He
done it.
Can I respond to this now? Listen, let me tell you something. I think if you look at statistically, the quality of shots we were facing, we were conceding a lot more than we were supposed to because of the keeper. So there's obviously, I hate looking at statistics when it comes to keepers.
And the defense then.
Yeah, but the thing is, how different was the defense from Lampard to Sarri? Because it was only David Luiz going out. How different was it? It wasn't that different, man. And I'll be honest with you, obviously that does come down to the way we press. Because I think, listen, we're looking brilliantly right now defensively because every person on our team defends. It's from the start. We press them highly and every person defends, which means we face less shots, face less chances. But I think if you look at, I don't know if you're being serious, but if you look at Kepa, he will never be dominant in the air, man. And that's one thing that we listen. Every time we conceded it, listen, the way we conceded set pieces was like penalties. It was like penalties.
Look at us now under Tuchel, Slendz. We haven't conceded from crosses
because we've got a good
our defense.
Johnny.
Because our defense is good, and that's my point.
And against let me make one more point, Johnny. Let me make one more point, and then I'll leave it.
Kepa didn't concede, bruv. Against a very
let me make a point after Slendz.
I think everyone wants to make a point.
I think this one. What I'm going to say is unpopular, but I think
gets me, man.
Johnny Bomb.
Here's what I'll say.
It does.
Listen, for me, this is unpopular itself. I think the first season that Kepa had, I think is massively overrated. Honestly, I think I can give you 4 incidents where he was shocking. I think against Tottenham away, he was shocking. We played City in the final year. Aguero passed it to him. He couldn't save a penalty. We played Arsenal at home. He scored two of the goals conceded were disgraceful. And I can't remember another one.
On that day.
But honestly, I don't think Kepa was that good his first season. That's what I'm saying.
My unpopular opinion is that Tuchel can turn around Kepa. I think of all the managers right now, he is the manager to turn him around and could potentially turn him into number one. Now, if it happens, bro, if it happens, what are you going to be saying?
We're gonna be happy.
Do you know what I'm going to say? It's not going to happen.
If it
I'm telling
happens,
you
I'll be the
now.
first one to say I was wrong. Like I'll
It's not
admit.
gonna happen. I'm there.
I don't think it's going to happen. But here's what look. I'm willing to give Kepa a chance, but this is what needs to happen. First of all, his mentality has to change because I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. He didn't want to learn the language when he first came here.
Yep. True.
So that right there is kind of like, okay, you're not trying to help the team. And the whole sorry incident too was absurd.
He could speak
The
English
lack
then,
of
couldn't he?
professionalism. yeah. The lack of professionalism there is just like
He lost us the
that's
final,
absurd. So that's one. The second thing he has to do, go on loan, mate. Go on loan. Go to a team that needs a keeper. Get your confidence up. Show that you can step up. Show that you are still should be considered worth your price, I guess. And then maybe we can consider you're trying to get our
Do
money.
you know what,
That's
Marshall?
the problem.
Do
We
you know what,
can't get rid of
Marshall?
it.
Because
No
you
one
brought
wants
up
him, for fuck's sake. That's
because
how
you
shit
brought up
he
the
is. No one wants
Carabao.
him.
You brought up Carabao Cup, right? You brought that up.
Yeah.
Get Kepa the fuck out of my club, bro. Get him
Listen.
out of my club, mate.
One more thing, yeah. Before one interesting fact. One interesting fact, yeah.
Did
Interesting
you
fact.
forget about Johnny? Did you forget about that? Did you forget about the Carabao Cup?
Seriously, bro. Listen.
Did you forget about it?
Interesting fact. Before we bought Kepa, yeah, his release clause was 5 million. It was 5 mil before we bought him. It was he renewed his contract and it went up to 72. But before that, it was 5. We got absolutely.
Slendz, do you know what
Run
his
through the
market
mills, bro.
value is now?
Yeah, that was to do with
14
Courtois. He
million.
ratted us.
14 million. That is embarrassing, mate. 70
Courtois
million
a
pound
rat,
goalie
man.
is now
I
14
still
Yeah.
stand
million.
by it. Jem,
That's
I stand by
disgusting.
it, bruv. I stand by it. I'd rather have Kepa over Courtois still, bruv. Still
I
to
hate
this
Courtois.
day.
God,
I
we're
actually hate
no.
Courtois.
If you want to watch that debate, guys, go watch the previous unpopular opinion with the Courtois in the title. You'll see
It's in
that
the
debate
thumbnail.
right there.
Courtois in the
Yeah.
thumbnail.
This guy, can I just say something on Kepa? Look, I'm just gonna say it as it is.
Drop the
I'm
bomb.
gonna end this guy. All right.
New
Sorry,
kid.
Kepa. I'm gonna end you.
New kid.
Finish
Let's end
him.
it, move on. Let's
Finish
do the
him.
move
All
Mortal
you gotta
Kombat
do-
style, yeah?
Fatality.
Money
all you
Mason.
gotta do- All you got to do is shoot on target against this goal, and it's proven that he can't save anything.
1, 2
right?
goes in.
Literally, if you have
Shoot
5
on
shots on
goal.
target, 3 of them in goal. Let me just tell you something now. In the Premier League, he's had nearly
Oh.
55 appearances for Chelsea.
Oh
yeah?
my god.
He's conceded 77 goals in 55. That's more than what he's fucking started for us. That's
Jesus
embarrassing, mate.
Do you know
That is
what,
fucking
Jem?
embarrassing.
Just to say this, yeah. Kepa
Get out of my
is
club.
favoured. Kepa is favoured by the Spain manager as number 1, right?
Yeah.
Firstly,
He's not
He hasn't even
Second-
called up anymore,
Second-
actually.
secondly,
Yeah, he hasn't even been called up anymore, Johnny.
secondly,
The Brighton
replaced by
goalkeeper
the Brighton
replaced
goalkeeper.
him.
if he
The
gets
Brighton
if he
goalkeeper
gets a
replaced
clean
him.
sheet tomorrow,
Yeah.
if he gets a clean sheet tomorrow, that's 2 clean sheets in 2 of his appearances that come on. That's pretty decent.
fair
man.
Yeah, but guess
Three.
what, Johnny? You're
I think
only
it's
on
3,
target
actually.
the
Johnny,
other
I don't
game,
know.
Sheffield
See, Johnny,
United.
I don't know if you're trolling now because it's like he's
No,
kept
he's
2
trolling.
clean
He's trying to
sheets.
tick me off.
He's
I know he
kept
is.
2 clean
I
sheets.
know what he's trying to
We're
do. He knows how much
supposed
I
to
hate Kepa.
Can I just say what I said before about Johnny on with Mendy? You could play that shot the Leeds player made and the Daniel Sturridge goal against Liverpool in 2018 are near enough the same damn shot, yeah? Kepa gets lobbed. Mendy
It's not the
saves
same
it,
shot.
yeah?
Exactly.
I think it
wasn't.
nearly is.
That was not the same technique.
It's
That was not the same technique.
the same.
The-
It's the same.
the-
It's the same.
Sturridge would be a harder one to save, I think.
Right, but I Johnny, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know
It's hit
now
harder.
because Johnny. The thing is, Johnny, that
Sturridge was
statement,
quality, man.
that statement you just said. Oh, he's kept 2 clean sheets, and then when you said, "Oh yeah," you reminded me about the Carabao Cup final. I don't know if you're 100% back.
Are we forgetting
that
his
You know-
Kit Kat? Are we forgetting his Kit Kat fingers also? Because this
Oh,
guy's
yeah,
fingers
yeah,
break when
yeah.
a shot
It's a
goes.
dinosaur
in, man.
arms as
Like,
well,
it goes
man.
through his fucking hands.
Literally,
How many times?
every single team's tactics. The first thing on the board was shoot on target whenever Kepa was in goal.
Oh, honestly, it's
Just shoot on target.
Embarrassing.
I
right,
don't
let's
think
move on.
Marina. I don't think Marina will sell. Will because of the
No,
pride.
she'll dig her heels.
She's
dig her
gonna have
heels.
to. She's gonna have to.
What's unfair on?
Just cut your losses. Get rid of him for 20
Yeah.
minutes.
I would.
She
The
won't.
only
She won't.
keeper I'd look at is Donnarumma. But like you said, you'd either have to buy him and do a Courtois, and
Yeah.
send him on loan, or just don't get him at all and let someone else benefit because he's a top goalie.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'll move on, guys, because you got people in the back. I bet.
All right, mate. But Johnny's doing this thing on Twitter.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
the
he's getting a
space.
chat. Yeah, space. So he's doing good work because some people, they don't do streams late or go into the morning, but he's there, man. He's doing good work. Johnny has his opinions like everyone else. Just respect the opinion. If you disagree with Johnny,
Facts.
just debate him. Yeah, just debate him.
It's an atomic bomb.
You know what I mean? Johnny drops bombs all over the place, but to back Johnny, he's consistent. He might not have shown it in this one, but he's consistent on
He's consistent.
Yeah, I definitely didn't show it on this one, actually.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I've had a little Johnny bomb bants, you know what I mean?
I think, Johnny, what happened is you came on, but you already pulled the pin out of the grenade. So you couldn't, you know what I mean? So it's like, you're juggling it like that.
Set me off before I got on. Yeah.
But Johnny's a big supporter on all the channels, man. You'll see him around in the chat. He's on most chats. You see him battling Kazi most days on Monsters channel.
Or Charlotte.
Or Charlotte.
Charlotte's giving me. I have to use my left ear because my right ear's gone deaf from your stream, Jim.
Sounded like chalk, didn't it?
Oh, mate. Wow.
But Johnny, mate, thanks for coming on, right?
Yeah, big up, guys.
Continue to
See you
support
later,
us,
Johnny,
and we'll bring you on more. Okay.
See you later, guys.
See you, my friend.
Big up.
Later, Johnny.
Later.
Good man, Johnny is good man.
I love Johnny, man. He cracks.
Yeah, he's good. Oh man.
Money.
Real Chris.
Hey,
is in the
Dog Chris.
building.
What's going on,
Real
man?
Chris.
I am doing good
What's up, real Chris?
as usual.
I
ain't gonna mention ZH now.
Okay, cool.
Don't need to.
Okay.
Jeez,
But
man,
who-
Chris with the energy.
I hate Galaski. What a shit goal.
Nah.
Energy.
Who is jumping on the Champions League train now? We're gonna
Look
win
at my
it.
profile picture, Chris. It's Tuchel holding the Champions League.
Yeah,
with
you
Mount
are.
Hudson-Odoi.
What about the guy who walked out on me?
Who?
Andrew. He walked down the door last time.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
God.
Real Chris. Right. I listen. How old are you, Real Chris? Can I ask?
How old do you think I am?
I don't know because your voice is
5.
very confusing. So I don't know.
Fucking dog years.
Wait, Chris. I'm gonna guess that you're early 20s.
I am early 20s. Yes.
Okay, fine.
24 years old.
Chris,
22.
Chris,
early 22.
I am considerably older than you. Okay.
Yes.
I have had so much Champions League heartache. Okay.
Yeah, trust me. Put me on
So
as well.
I and when we won it as well, that I think we used all our luck up in that run. So do you know what I mean? It's like we what we did at the start of the season goes, hey, fuck it, I'm using my get out of jail free card for this and I'm gonna put it in, we're done, we're gonna win this. I'm still saying if we beat Porto. Okay, I'm still honest because I've seen this competition really kick us in the nads.
And
Do you know what I mean? So many
with
times.
this, I can't lie. With the Champions League, I'm such a fucking hypocrite. I was telling the United fans saying you shouldn't be happy to go through until you win a trophy. Now we're through to the quarters of the Champions League. I'm gassed, and I don't give a shit.
No, I'm not. Will, I'm gassed. I'm gassed.
Can I say, I'm not like this every year. I'm not like this every year.
Yeah, same.
Because
we're not in it every year.
we have been so average in Champions League so many times since 2014. Really, we've been average.
Exactly. Yeah.
And this year, I just see it different with a new team. Obviously, a new manager. There's nothing new with that actually. But with a new young squad with a really good tactics, like we are hard to break, can't be touched, and I think we can do it. And I do think Porto is going to be a tough game. I'm not going to lie. They are going to give us a game because they gave Juventus a game and beat them. So
Real Chris, I don't know if you heard earlier. That run in 2012, that Benfica tie was far difficult than people remember. Okay.
No, I remember it.
Yeah. So.
Were Benfica top of their league at that time? Can you remember? Or were they second?
I don't know.
I don't know where they were in the league, but I know they gave us.
I hope
a good game.
Benfica were second, because Porto are second right now. I hope Benfica are second.
You want those the stars align.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
They really
Portland.
are.
We just got to turn up and we'll get the job done. That's all.
Real Chris,
you know what? I want
Um,
so
keep
much
talking.
in the first leg. I just want to get it done in the first leg, like a 2-0.
Are we
like a
home or
2-0
away in
win.
the first leg?
Away.
Where are we?
Well, we were just saying that, Jim. I mean, I don't know. Is there's going to be this? We were talking about if we get through Porto, whether we'd still be allowed to. I don't know if Juventus went. I don't know if the rules are different for UK than it is other foreign teams. Because I know Juventus went there in the first leg. I don't know about us because Liverpool and Leipzig. Liverpool never played Leipzig at Anfield, did they? They played them at a different stadium. So I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know if we go there. That's what I
Hasn't
mean.
been determined yet, by the way. It hasn't been determined
That's what I
yet.
mean. I don't know what the rule is between UK and Portugal.
Doesn't
You know
matter
what I
where we go. We'll deal with it.
That's true. That's true.
No
yeah, real
way they're
Chris-
actually second. I just realised what they said. No way they actually were second. Oh my god, the Stars. They're alive.
Real Chris, did you? What is that your unpopular?
Yeah,
opinion,
no,
or-
no, I got an unpopular. Well, I don't know if it's unpopular actually, but I'm gonna say it. Tottenham won't win a better trophy in the Carabao League, whatever, in like 10 years. Like within 10 years,
Of course.
they're just
Easy.
shit. Like, how can you're 2-0 up against? Who was they against? I can't
Dynamo
remember the
Zagreb.
name.
Dynamo Zagreb. Yeah.
Dynamo
Yeah,
Zagreb.
they was
Not
2-0
even
up.
Dynamo Kiev. Not even Dynamo Kiev. Zagreb.
I don't know who they were. Yeah, they're 2-0 up against a team like that, and you're bottling it. I'm not even gonna pull up just all on jokes. Like that team mentality is so. I don't even know where the mentality is about
This
that
is
team.
saying unpopular,
I-
mate. This is a popular.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
from
gonna
Chelsea,
say right now, though.
Go
I
on.
feel so bad for Jose. Did you hear him after that press conference in Europa League? The man looked like he was gonna cry
Do you
on
know what?
camera.
He's actually an idiot for going to Spurs, by the way. Do you know why? Because I swear, Real Madrid. This is by an actual source. This isn't just some rubbish that I've just said. Yeah, Real Madrid
You
were
sure?
going to offer him a contract for the end of the season, and he turned it down and went to Spurs because he wanted the quick money.
Guys,
he
what
he
have I
wanted
said
the quick
to you?
money from Spurs. He's a fucking idiot.
Will, I think I've said it to Jem. I think I've even said it to Slendz. Tottenham, ultimate allergic to trophy club, Jose. Yeah,
I
it
told
doesn't
you, bro.
go together.
It's like the
You know what I called him, Andrew?
different
You
polarities.
know what I called him? Listen,
Doesn't
they
go
have
together.
weak stomachs. I called them lactose intolerant FC, man. Like they
Yeah.
honestly, they're
Lactose
disgusting. bro.
intolerant.
Their legs
Honestly,
turn
bro.
to jelly when they get
Yeah.
they
I
can't
feel
score
bad.
trophy.
I still feel
They
bad for Jose,
stink
though.
as well. Yeah, he stinks
Like,
Do you know what it is?
yeah,
like?
they
threw in a
ain't winning no
manager-
trophy.
They threw in a manager that's won things. His history is, of winning things. One of the most decorated managers in Premier League history in the last 20 odd years, right? But what they forgot by signing him was that they had shit players.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So even
There's
he
only
could-
if you look
what's he
at
gonna do
Tottenham's
with-
team, yeah. If you look at their squad, even
it's not good enough.
there's okay. You could argue.
I'm only
three
gonna
of their
argue for two
start
players.
for us. I'd say Ndombele probably. Is Ndombele
Nah.
better than Kovacic?
No, I'd rather
Say no.
Kovacic get that.
I actually prefer Kovacic, to be fair. So then you got Son.
He's average.
Yeah, Son plays. Yeah, fair enough. And Kane plays. That's it.
Yep, only Son and Kane is the only good players they
Højbjerg's
have. The
good.
rest are average.
Højbjerg's good, but he's not better than. He's not. I'm sorry, Jorginho's
He ain't
better than
Kante, mate.
Højbjerg, and
He
so
ain't
is
Kante,
Kante.
mate.
Kante's
Kante.
better
He ain't
than
none of
him
our
as well.
players.
So
I have an image here to sum up Spurs season.
Yeah.
Is it a bottle with a Spurs kit on it?
Close,
Yeah.
very close.
Marshall, we can't play 4-4-2s on stream, by the way. Before
No,
you
it's
do.
not. No, it's an image. It's an image.
Hang on, I'll get the.
Tottenham has fooled me thinking that they can change. What the hell is this?
The plank challenge. The plank challenge, man.
You see,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the plank challenge.
see that there's
The comment is over. I can't see it.
Oh,
Mate,
sorry,
who's that on the floor with
That's
their arms?
Sanchez.
in the air?
Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Sucking,
Now,
sucking
now
the grass.
Chelsea fans, if you know your history, you've seen John Terry do that, but he actually
Yeah,
got
but
his
he
head in
blocks
the
the
way
ball.
of
The
the
ball.
Yeah.
I've seen Phil Jones do that, mind you.
Yeah.
He's
I've
just
seen him get
fallen
the ball.
over.
Even Desai
Uh,
used to do that, Winter Surfer. Do you know
Yeah,
what I
he
mean?
did, you're right,
He used to
yeah.
block that.
That's where John Terry probably learned it from.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Can I just say something about Tottenham? Just leave it out there, yeah? How can you, with the manager, listen, the manager was in his bunk bed, yeah, with chalk writing down his tactics, yeah, and you still lost to him. How?
Embarrassing,
He's-
mate. It's
It's
embarrassing.
embarrassing, bro. It's
Slendz,
embarrassing.
Slendz, wasn't that game the epitome of a new manager pass?
Yeah, for sure. Jesus.
Um,
You want to see
Michael
the manager
Schofield,
bounce?
man.
Watch that game.
real Chris,
What?
real Chris,
Yeah.
it's okay to admit that you didn't have an unpopular opinion. You just wanted to slander Tottenham. 'cause
Yeah,
I'm
I
fine
just
with
wanted to
that.
see how shit they are.
That's
have to
fair
do
Alright,
it.
mate.
We have to
Chris,
do
you
it.
know what,
I've
Chris?
got-
You were the nicest person like I've met on here, yeah. And even when you tag teams off, I just you're just still so nice.
Yeah, you
I'm
sort
not
of do it-
really that angry. I'm never
you,
angry.
You sort of do it in a Disney
Ah.
way, where you know, even in those films, you still like the evil character. So you go, yeah, okay.
Chris, you're as
It's not
cute
me.
as your dog picture, mate. That's
Yeah,
what you
your
are.
dog picture really, it really disarms
I think
people.
this is why I get along with everybody. Like
You
I
do,
don't know,
my
maybe I'm
friend.
too nice.
Big up, real Chris, man.
All right,
Big
big
up,
up,
real
all
Chris.
right, real Chris.
Chris,
Yeah,
see
it's
you
nice
later.
talking to you guys anyway.
One of our
As
one
usual.
of
later.
our
See you
mods,
later,
you'll
Can
see
I-
him around.
Okay, man.
Real Chris.
Can I
he's a
say
real
something?
one. Yeah,
Can
go
I
on.
say something to the chat real quick?
Yeah.
I saw the
Okay.
comment about your intelligence, Andrew.
Oh yeah.
You
that
know
guy's
something
good.
that's really stupid?
Yeah.
Saying that to the moderator.
Wait, what was said?
So
Andrew, do you know what we should have done?
hypocrisy.
Yeah.
You should have let him on and show us how intelligent he is,
Oh,
man.
that's
See,
true,
you
yeah.
blocked him. He's been
Should've done
blocked
that, man.
already. He's blocked him.
Just go.
Guys,
I got
word
no-
of advice:
I got no-
don't
I got
talk
no
shit to
time.
the moderators.
Facts.
Yeah.
Especially Andrew. Especially Andrew.
I was
Jesus
that,
Christ.
that guy. Just so you know, that guy. I was intelligent enough to kick you off, wasn't I? So you know. There we go. But real Chris. Thank you
Yeah,
for joining.
it's good talking to you guys.
See you
Guys in
later.
the chat, you'll see a real
Chris, see you
Chris
later, man.
on loads
See
of
you
our
later.
chats, so you'll
See you
see him.
later.
Follow him on Twitter. Follow him on Twitter, man.
Yeah,
It's
follow him
great
on
content.
Twitter.
Yeah,
as well.
follow
It's
real
good
Chris
I'm
on
content.
actually
Twitter.
gaining a lot of followers lately. I am.
Yes, you are.
Well
I'm
deserved.
like
Hey.
350 or something. I
It's
don't
all
know.
the dog.
He makes up stories as well. So
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Alright, see you
Not
guys.
bad stories though. They're still
Not bad
nice.
stories, yeah. Nice stories, yeah, but you know, cheeky ones. But thanks, Chris.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
He's a real one of our mods. So
Peace
he's a
out,
good guy.
Chris.
Declan Scott, thanks, brother. Appreciate it as always, my man. Sweet.
Yeah, Declan Scott's a good guy. Always
He doesn't
supporting.
rate Declan Rice as well. I rate him for that.
Okay, one of my new favorite people. Also, just his voice as well, but he has the power to say stuff to make Kai jump on streams.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh,
Who is
Bring
that?
him on, bro. Bring him on. I'm
Who
ready.
is this?
Miss
If we
It's
could
the
bring
blue
Kai
eyes.
on, I would be very impressed this time.
Mr. Slushy himself.
So even we haven't heard from Kai.
Listen,
Guy,
listen to that
I've
voice.
this guy.
Listen to
Mr.
that
Slushy,
voice.
I like that. Hey guys, how you doing? How's everybody doing? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear,
Yes,
my
yes,
friend.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen to that radio
Gentlemen.
quality voice. Listen to
There
it.
you go. I like my new name. What is Slushy? I like that. Thank you. I'll take
That's the
that.
one.
You're a
Man.
blue sus puppy, you know? Blue sus puppy.
Yeah, hey guys, hey, thanks for having me on. I'm just stoked for progression in the UCL. I'm really stoked. Again, like everyone is saying, I'm really getting the 2012 vibes, but I'm keeping my feet to the ground and would like to start by maybe apologizing to Mateo Kovacic.
Standing ovation for this.
So
one.
Kai, Kai, stay in school. Kai, stay in school. Don't jump
Right,
on,
you
okay?
going, what's saying? What's going on there?
I'm here to apologize. Mateo Kovacic, my sincere apologies. You were fantastic on the night. I thought he complimented Kante very well in the middle of the park. The way he resisted the press, his defense splitting passes, his decision making. And long may it continue is all I have to say. And then my unpopular opinion, just to make it quick, is I think Shea Fabregas was nothing more than a mercenary that jumped on the Chelsea bandwagon, made some decent, crucial passes that helped us win, and that's it. I'm just surprised. I'm surprised that I'm just surprised that a lot of folks, a lot of our Chelsea fans considered Shea Fabregas a Chelsea legend. It hurts, considering.
Blue eye.
I don't know if you guys. I don't know if you guys remember that brawl, the legendary Arsenal Chelsea brawl. Was it 2005, 2006?
Yeah.
That
Blue
was a
eyes.
nasty.
Can I
Yeah.
ask you a question,
Yes.
mate?
Yes,
How
please
can
jump on.
you- How can you
Yes.
be up? How can you come on here, number one,
Yes.
and have the
Yes.
audacity To question
Yeah. What
someone.
audacity? Are you part?
Yeah.
What? To question who?
Wait a
Yeah.
sec. Question someone
Yes.
that created
Yes.
us goals, that helped us win titles. How the hell can
How
you
many
do that
titles?
and
How many
say-
titles? How many titles?
Forget that. It doesn't matter.
How many
Two.
titles did he help us win?
Point 2.
Yeah,
Premier
two.
League,
Right.
FA Cup,
Right.
Two
And
time.
Two time.
Cup.
two. And you call him a Chelsea legend?
Oh,
I
please.
never,
There's not-
I never
wait
said
a sec,
that. I
wait a
never
sec.
said
No one's
he's
called
gonna
him a
please,
legend, but he's.
please.
Yeah, I was gonna
up
say,
there
I don't
with-
think he's a
I would have him in
Chelsea
the
legend.
team.
Okay. Here's a question: Is he a Chelsea legend or is he a mercenary?
It's not machinery. What's
I
machinery?
No,
wanna call him
mercenary.
mercenary.
I would call him a
mercenary.
mercenary.
However way you pronounce it. Yeah,
Listen,
mercenary. Which one is he?
Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes, yeah. Do you
Which
remember
one is he?
when we
Yes. Yes.
Do you remember when we played Barcelona, yeah, and we got robbed? What did
Absolutely.
Drogba say after? What did Drogba say after? It's a disgrace.
Exactly.
It's up.
Exactly.
It's a disgrace. This is what this
Exactly.
is you
Yes.
right now. It's a disgrace. You're a disgrace.
Why?
How can you do
Why?
this? How can you
Why?
do this?
You
I'm
can't
sorry,
call that
listen.
No.
Fabregas.
Do you remember
No,
Fabregas? Yeah? Listen,
It's
let
wrong.
me,
Listen,
Let me
I'm
talk
just
about
going
it.
back. I'm thinking of Fabregas in the national jersey, and I can't rub it off my mind, man. I don't know how old you.
Don't think
I have to.
Think of,
I
think
have
about
to.
Barcelona
Cole,
and
what-
Chelsea. Don't think
Hang on,
about
hang
now.
on.
It was more successful.
Yeah.
Hang on,
with us,
hang on. Can I just
Yeah.
say,
Yeah,
Blue
sure.
Ice, it was very big of you to come on and apologise.
I
for
can't
Cody
believe it,
Phipps, okay?
Andrew. I
No,
can't
no, wait,
believe it.
Will. But then,
Like
then
two
what
steps
you did
forward,
is-
one step back.
What you did is right.
Yes.
What you did is you eventually you come into our house, right? We've
Yes,
asked you to take
yes.
off your shoes because we don't want dirt on the carpet, right?
Yes.
But then you've taken off your shoes and you're not wearing any socks. Okay?
Yes.
And
No,
you're
that's
putting
not what
your
you
grubby
did.
feet-
Andrew,
Your grubby
you
feet
took
all
off
over
your
my
shoes.
sofa.
Hey,
Okay?
Listen,
let me
You
use
do not put it
Andrew.
on that.
Andrew.
on
Marshall. Marshall, let me use your words. Marshall, let me use your words. It's an unpopular opinion show, right?
Yes, that's right. You are right. Yeah.
I
Oh my
rest my
God.
case.
He's
I rest
thrown it
my
back
case.
in my face. He's
I
thrown it
rest
back
my
in my
case. So,
face. I'm
like I
sorry,
said,
it's
hey, no disrespect. Yeah, sure, no disrespect. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Can you tell me, footballing wise, not about
Yes.
Arsenal or whatever, why don't
Yeah.
you like this Fabregas as a player? Can you tell me?
Listen,
what you don't like about him? If it's an agenda, fair enough. But I just want to know.
It's not an agenda. It's an emotion. I'm a strong ass Chelsea fan, man, from day one. And
so it's an emotion which it means
So
it's
am I,
an
mate.
agenda. So it is an agenda
Yeah?
against Fabregas. That's
Yeah.
fair enough.
It's not an agenda. It's not an agenda. It's not an agenda. I didn't really think he even fit the fabric of our defensive mold at the time. Yes, he did make those fancy passes, but that was it, man. That was it.
Blue Eyes.
that's not.
Can I please respond to him? Let me respond to him, guys.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
hit
what
me,
right now.
hit
Yeah.
me.
Without Fabregas, yeah, in that Mourinho
Yeah.
team, no title. Without Fabregas in that Conte team, no. And that Conte team especially, because remember he got dropped until January, yeah. Then
That's
he came
right.
back, yeah. And he played a game against City.
No,
bro.
he
That
was
City game-
crucial.
Yeah, let me finish, bro. Listen, he
Yeah.
was our only mode of creativity. Him and Hazard. Honestly, him and Hazard, and he just had Costa finishing chances.
I don't think
Honestly,
so.
bro.
I don't think Blue Ice. I don't think Blue Ice, from what I'm hearing, is doubting Fabregas's play.
Thank you. That's
I
all
don't
I'm
think he's
saying.
doubting
It's
it.
just an emotional.
It's more
I'm
when
not here to
you're-
argue. Thank you, Andrew.
Can I
But I
ask
don't
you
get his
something? No,
argument.
can I ask you, Blue
What's
Ice?
his argument?
Can I ask you something? No.
My argument is get off.
Did you?
The guy is not a. He came into Cobham. Let me land. He came into Cobham as a businessman, collected a check, and helped us win. That's it.
Right.
That's
Okay.
it.
Okay, but let me.
Footballer's job.
I'm a bit
Let me.
lost.
I just want to ask him this
What else?
question, and it's to this comment below. Do you feel the same
Yes.
about Ashley Cole?
Never. And I tell you what. Well, come on, man. Ashley Cole is the best left back in the world. Ashley Cole is the best left back in the world, bar none.
Okay.
Anybody want to talk about that?
The best.
No, we're not denying it.
Yeah,
I'm just
Walter-
saying
I
it's-
agree with that one.
Anybody want to
I'm just
talk about that shit? Fabregas says Fabregas is not the best. Whatever you want to call him, CDM, 8, Regista, whatever you want to call says Fabregas. He's not.
He's one of the best eights.
Yeah, true. I agree. I'm not going to argue with you on that, Jem. You're right. We do need him now. You're right. Absolutely. I'm just
Blue Eyes,
mine is mine. Yeah, hit me.
Bro, you have a mic here that is so loud. I can hear your thoughts, bruv. Like, it is so loud. I'm not gonna lie, man. It's amazing, man. It's amazing.
Good.
Well done,
Good.
He hasn't been talking with his mouth this whole time. It's just all been thoughts.
I can hear it.
Good. I'm glad.
I mean, I completely disagree with you, but I guess I respect your opinion. Yeah, but someone needs to put up the clip of Fabregas after we won the league, after the West Brom game, saying it's fucking unbelievable because I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
I don't know. Maybe you guys can't see his magic hat, man. You can't see it, man. You can't see the.
No, well, I do. I see I see his magic hat, but just can we just leave? Can we leave Cesc Fabregas and talk about real legends? Can we talk about real Chelsea legends and leave Cesc Fabregas? Fabregas is a national guy, man.
Once again, real quick. Sorry, Blue Eyes. I don't think, I don't think Cesc Fabregas will ever go down as a Chelsea legend.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't think he ever will.
I hope so. I hope so.
And definitely, and I want to speak for the guys here, and anyone who disagrees, please.
I think
let me know. Oh my God. Okay. Will, go ahead.
I'm from the generation that grew up watching Cesc Fabregas, and he was one of the reasons why I started to love football. So that's love football to the extent that I do now. So that's why. That's
Will. No. Will.
Terry in that, did you?
I will say though, Will. Like the reason I disagree that he is the reason I disagree that he is a Chelsea legend is because I also watched Fabregas when he the most I watched Cesc was when he was playing with Arsenal.
That's fair. Yeah,
what was it? If the man, well, I don't remember the story exactly, but I believe the owner had completely fucked up his contract, and Cesc left. Had he not done that, I think we would have never gotten Cesc, and he would have went down as an Arsenal legend.
Do you know?
He probably still is an Arsenal legend.
Top quality.
Listen, listen. When it comes to his Premier League career, he's been more successful at us than any time he was at Arsenal.
And I swear he talked.
Winter Surface. Not even that, right?
I swear he said as well that his time at Chelsea was always a step up in his career. And he said that he would never have regretted it.
In fact,
Will,
let's not forget.
He said he also said the reason I went to Chelsea after is because I wanted to win, and
he wanted to win the Premier League.
Do you know what?
He wanted to win the Premier League.
Can I ask you? Go on, Jem.
Hang on, let Jem.
We've not even had a player like that since he's left.
No,
this is something we forget, and if you think of it like that, that shows how critical he was as a player and how much he gave to us as a player.
But Jem,
he created so much for us, so much.
Jem, we only needed a player like Cesc when he came to Chelsea. In the past, we never needed a player like Cesc. If you think about it.
Yeah, I understand. I understand it, Blue Eyes.
Yeah, I get that.
We've just.
But
in the early days of Roman reign, we were built differently. Okay, we were built like we were more strength and machine like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, exactly. We had finesse. We had finesse as well. But I hear you.
On the wings.
Not
on the wings.
Yeah, we used to bully teams.
Blue Eyes. We have never had this creativity from midfield, man. I don't think we've had it. Again, we haven't had it since he left, and we haven't had it before. Like we had the midfield of Lampard, Ballack, and Essien, right? That's obviously Lampard is creative enough. But I think Cesc is just a level above when it comes to his creativity and passing. Listen, he is. I'll tell you what, he is a Premier League legend. I wouldn't say he's a Chelsea legend. I think he's a Chelsea hero. I think the things he's done, he's had some iconic moments, but I wouldn't call him a Chelsea legend. If he stayed for longer, we would have won more trophies, in my opinion.
Let me just say, right? If that assist against Burnley in his first game was the only assist he'd done that season, he would have still been one of the players of the season for me, because that assist is something that you can't even probably do. You can't do it on FIFA. You can't do it on a computer game.
The Man City one. The Man City one.
Well,
no, but Slendz, I've seen that was a great pass. It's great number.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That weight of pass,
finesse.
He did
world class.
Is something do you know what? I don't think I've ever seen a pass like that since in the Premier League. And I might be wrong.
No, Winter Surfer. The only person I can think of in Premier League who is close to being able to produce in the way that Cesc Fabregas does in the Premier League is Kevin De Bruyne.
Yes,
and that's the only person I can think of.
Facts.
And that's how you know that the player that we had at Chelsea was a very valuable player, and we should never ever look at him as anything less than not a legend. I agree with Blue Eyes. He wasn't a legend, but what he did for Chelsea Football Club was massive.
So here's another question. Gentlemen. Here's another question. So if you were to rank 4 players that came out of Arsenal that joined us. Let me say Giroud, Fabregas, William Gallas, and Ashley Cole. Rank them in terms of importance to the club, to Chelsea right now. How would you rank the 4?
Let's go one by one.
Ashley Cole's
Cole.
first.
Yeah.
Well, Gallas went to Arsenal. He didn't come from Arsenal.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yes, he went to Arsenal. That's so rule him out. The three.
Yeah.
Ashley Cole, Ashley Cole,
Fabregas.
Giroud.
Yeah, that's easy. That's so
Yeah.
easy.
That's harsh too, because I don't want to take away from Giroud. You know
No,
what
of
I
course
mean?
not.
That's not to
Of
say
course
not. That's what I was
Giroud
gonna-
wasn't amazing for us.
But
They won a
it's
league title,
also
2 league titles.
when you're talking about Ashley Cole, for me, you're talking about the greatest left back of all time.
Yeah.
Hands
So-
down.
Facts.
For a lot
Bar
of
none.
people.
And I
Bar
know,
none.
listen, that might be one of my popular opinions at a later
Trust me,
date.
Andrew, it shouldn't be
It's
unpopular.
popular. It's popular.
No,
Yeah.
but the way I might put it across might become unpopular.
By the way,
but-
Slendz is the greatest Spaniard to ever play in the Premier League, by the way, just so that's clear, yeah. Greatest Spaniard for me.
Yeah, he's better than. Listen, listen.
No, I
rate-
doubt that. David Silva was something.
No,
I was
man,
about to say that. I was about to say that. I rate
David
David
Silva is up there.
He's
I'll
up
put
there,
Cesc
but
above.
You can't forget
um,
David Silva, mate.
Cesc above, man.
Cesc Fabregas was so important. He was such a difference in that midfield, especially the 14-15 season. The way his link up with Costa, and even so much like Hazard. The way Hazard speaks about when he spoke about Fabregas in his interviews, the link up play just automatically it just clicked like that. They haven't played together before. It just clicked, and it was so important. So important.
Yeah, I come from Park the Bus school. That's why, and I'm still not off the bus. And considering Chelsea and the history of parking the bus and being defensively sound, that's why when I think of Fabregas, yes, he made those wonderful passes, but I never thought he was defensive enough. That's just me. That was my one critique about him, and I found it left us vulnerable in the midfield most times. But he made some good passes to sort of paper over the cracks, if that makes any sense. But that's the reason why I'm crying out that we should please jump off the.
I can understand in the Conte system maybe because it's only 2. In the Jose Mourinho one, I didn't feel. But I just want to say also this myth that, of course, Chelsea had a great defense. But there's always this myth about Chelsea, especially the early Jose Mourinho team, that somehow we didn't play great football. We were just all machine, and that's the greatest myth. It's also the myth like people play on Joe Cole that somehow Jose Mourinho ruined Joe Cole. That's a myth as well because old school fans, Chelsea fans remember Joe Cole. He played so well in that 05-06 season. He was England's saviour on that left-hand side. He ended up scoring that blinder against Sweden in the World Cup. But apparently Jose Mourinho ruined Joe Cole.
It's injuries, man.
Yeah. You know how much he rated Joe Cole? Joe Cole was out the majority of the 06-07 season. As soon as he was available for that semi-final against Liverpool, he brought him back and he scored. Do you know what I mean? So all this myth, there's so many myths about Chelsea, but Blue Ice, you always spark a debate, which I love about you. You always spark a debate. Thank you very much, my friend. I'm just going to
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay.
Hey, no problem, Jim. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Have a good night. Cheers, guys.
We're going Blue Eyes.
Epic Nin is the last person on.
Bye.
Thank you. Epic Nin is the last person on. He does being backstage, but we're going to put him front stage. Epic Nin.
The backstage king has
Backstage
arrived.
king.
Energy. Quad. We're winning the quad this season. Don't care. I don't care what anyone says. We're winning the quad this season.
Oh,
Bring
go
it
on.
Yeah, go on, yeah. Shut up. Get out of it.
Get your unpopular opinion.
Chelsea are
We're
going to
winning the
slap
Champions League.
you.
Is that your
mate.
unpopular
Yeah,
opinion?
Remember that.
Huh? Yeah,
what's
we're
your
winning the
unpopular
Champions
opinion?
League, yeah.
Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that really
Your
it?
popular opinion is you're going to win the quadruple. Is that
Okay,
what you're coming
if
to
that's
tickle
it then,
over
if that's in Epic Nin, we'll call it a night.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Do you actually have one, or is that it?
Epic Ning, do you know what's so funny about Man City? You actually you're like the only fan I know. You're like bats, mate. Like I don't like you. You must all be hiding in a cave. Like all your fans must be hiding in a cave, all coiled up, like a
Yeah, it's
bat.
only you and Yan City who I know are City
And
fans.
Jammer.
Pick up Yan City, man.
Or Duke MCFC is always in the chats. It's only 4 of you.
You guys ever see the movie I Am Legend?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like Man City fans only come out at night. You know, it's one of those. You know,
Nocturnal,
they
mate,
hide during the
nocturnal.
day.
Listen, we're
They only come out at
nocturnal,
night.
okay? We're nocturnal,
Facts,
okay?
Marshall.
We're,
I'll call
we're nocturnal. Okay,
Like
Right.
that.
that's how we
Epic name.
roll.
If you haven't
Do you
got an
really see
actual-
yourself beating Bayern or PSG?
Bring them on, man. Bring them on.
You got a mentality issue, Epic Nim. What are you talking about? You've never won a Champions League. You
Oh,
sound like
shut
Arsenal.
up, Jim. Oh, shut up.
Do you know what it's about Pep though? I'll tell you what. Listen, because Pep is bold, yeah, his thoughts come easy to his head, man. So he overthinks everything, bruv. It's just quickly, man. He overthinks. So you never know, man.
I thought you meant bold as in BOLD, not bold.
Bold, fully bold, bro. That's the only thing I got on Pep, man. He's bold. I'm gonna keep calling him bold.
I like that. It's like
Yeah, it's petty. It's petty, bro. It's petty.
It is petty, yeah.
Yeah. fuck it.
Tuchel.
But,
You know, I would call a Tuchel. It means in French,
I
he
know.
cries.
It is what it is.
It'll be
Alright,
crying with
Epic
laughter.
Nin,
after he
I'm
slaps your
crying
team.
now.
Don't worry
You
about
brought
that,
this
mate.
stream you brought this stream to an unpopular end. That's what you brought it down to.
And we're
Okay.
back backstage again. Let's go.
You know what it is too, Epic Nin? I feel like you shouldn't be this confident.
No, he's backstage. He's backstage.
I feel like you know what it is
Backstage.
too. I feel like he shouldn't be this confident anymore because there was someone that brought up a stat. Since Tuchel took over, we've conceded 2 goals and Man City's conceded 7. So you
what
guys
about
are starting
before
to
that?
you
You
guys are
remember
starting to leak
before-
a little bit. No, you guys are starting to leak a little bit, and you should be concerned because
because-
man, you figured you out.
In 13
reason-
games, conceding 7 goals is nowhere near bad. That's not bad. At
No,
all.
I'm not
That's
saying it's bad.
decent.
I'm not saying it's bad,
For a normal
but they're
team.
starting.
No,
I'm not saying it's bad.
Can I just tell you the reason why we've
But
been
Will,
doing
Will,
this?
considering they were conceding absolutely no goals for like what 13
Wow,
games
so
in a row, or
conceding,
Listen,
they've
I'm
they've
saying
gone
they're-
conceding 0 to the bare minimum. Like, wow.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is that there are cracks in that defense, and they can't be had at.
No, the thing is, look, the thing is,
Man United did it. Why wouldn't Bayern be able to do it?
Yeah, but
Listen.
it's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It was a classic.
Listen, let me
Bayern-
say my
Bayern would hurt,
speech.
Hang on,
Right.
Epic Nin. Finish off and then we're done.
Yeah, okay. The reason why we've been kind of leaking goals at the minute is because we've been rotating our defense a lot, and we're just being because our squad is quite one of the best in the league. We're able to rotate, but unfortunately, that rotation makes the chemistry and makes the things unbalanced, and it doesn't work well. So that's my reason.
Let me say this, and I'm actually going to finish off. This is it. Over the next 7 weeks, there's a potential that we have 3 one-off games against City. That's in the league, 35th game. That might not mean anything come the 35th game, but it might mean something. In the FA Cup, if we get through tomorrow against Sheffield United, and then possibly a one-off if we both make it through to the Champions League final. Okay, I fancy Chelsea in a one-off game. If Tuchel just does in a one-off game those 3, I fancy us very much to beat City. I don't think they're unbeatable, and I think they can.
No,
be
certainly
got at.
not. But
No, but I think
yeah.
we can certainly be got at, and City can be got at as well. They're not. Listen, they're exceptional this season. Absolutely brilliant playing.
Yeah,
I think they can.
I'm not taking away from that.
But they don't. For me, I don't. I fear them, but I don't fear them as much as other teams.
Nah, that's
in the
scary.
past.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
that's
not,
scary.
that's what I mean. They're not that scary.
There
So-
was a point in the season where I just couldn't see how they were beatable because they were keeping clean sheet after clean sheet after clean sheet, which is why I said my point. There are cracks in that defense. We are starting to see it. So they lost the game. They did lose the game to Man U. So
what I will say, Epic Nin,
yeah.
is if you do win the quadruple, and I'll say it now on here on KH No Filter, if you do win the quadruple this year and you win all 4 trophies, that Man City team will be the best ever Premier League team in history.
Facts.
Yeah, facts.
yeah.
No one
I'll
else
give
has
it
done
that.
No, but the thing is, people could disdain it because apparently we spend a
doesn't
lot of
matter.
money. Exactly.
Doesn't
Join
matter.
the club,
no,
Epic
no.
Nin. Join the
Doesn't
club.
matter.
We've been
Yeah,
dealing
join
with
the
it
club,
for 18
man.
years.
It still happened,
Join
man.
the
It still
club,
did it.
man. What have we always told you? Embrace it. Embrace the hate, my friend. Embrace it. Yeah?
Jericho.
Embrace it. Yeah. Drink it in, man. And we're in. Okay. Epic Nin, shout out your socials, please.
Epic Nin, at Nin _ YT, and I have also a YouTube channel, Epic Nin. So yeah,
Backstage king.
Backstage
yes,
King, yeah. He always,
I
he's
have
always
been Nin on this
backstage.
channel.
What is
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm always
Epic Nin,
backstage,
Epic
man.
Nin, Epic Nin drops our link in many chats, so he's a good guy. Will, socials?
I don't think he's
Well,
there.
That's great, Will. Thank you. Jem, shout out your socials, my friend.
Yeah, you know where I am. CFC_Jib on Twitter. GNATV on YouTube, guys. Please,
Yeah.
come over there. Come subscribe.
Go subscribe.
Go subscribe to
check it out, man.
Jem's channel, please.
They've got a good thing with the Saturday night debates, man. It is a
Yeah.
it's a good thing with the debates.
Yes.
Slendz?
Yeah. Follow me on Twitter, but most importantly, guys, subscribe to me on YouTube. Slendz Space Talks.
Man just got a YouTube. Go follow him.
Yeah, man. We're gonna do our first live stream tomorrow with most of the guys here. Anyone else can join.
Hey.
Monday. Oh yeah. It's like Monday.
Yeah, we're gonna be
Oh yeah, it's
discussing
tomorrow. Yes,
Roman.
officially
Yeah,
it would be tomorrow. Yeah.
we're gonna be doing Roman's greatest XI, like from the Roman era, the best place to play there. We'll try to build a
You have
squad.
to get me involved, Slends.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Just give me a message, man. I'll send you the link. Anyone can jump on as well, so it's gonna be the same thing. But yeah,
Cool. That'll be a fun show. That'll be a fun show.
9:30. See you guys
Yeah.
there, man.
And you'll see Slendz on here as well.
Of course, of course.
Marshall?
Guys, obviously subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of our live streams, and make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. It's free. If you want to check out more of my content, you can find me on Twitch or YouTube under Marshall DBDX, which is right over here. And if you want to listen to my music, you can find me on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, wherever you listen to your music under Back Pocket Alimony. And I'm sure you're gonna like it. So yeah, guys, that's it for me.
Back pocket alimony. Will, did you want to drop any socials?
Just follow the Twitter account for this channel at KHNoFilter.
Yep.
Push that. I love
And-
Jorginho. I thought it was gonna say.
That's my one. That's me.
And I'm Andy. I'm the Winter Surfer on Twitter. Part of this channel, very much thanks to Kai, as all of us are. Thank you very much, Kai.
Big up Kai, man.
And Kai only wants you to subscribe to this channel, follow KHNoFilter. Bigs up Jem's channel as well.
Yeah, man. It's my brother.
Monsters
Make sure you
channel,
follow
all
this
these
channel,
channels,
people.
all of those channels. We need to build this. This Chelsea support on Twitter is probably the fastest growing content providers going. I think it's more than I think it rivals United's really. I think.
Yeah,
as
like our
much.
community.
But
channels,
thank you very much. Subscribe to the channel. We're close to 1K. Will face reveal. Kai
I've never said
OnlyFans
this.
account.
No. I've never said this.
Epic Nim will shave his head bald.
I've got an OnlyFans page.
backstage, but you won't see it. We are going to have intros and outros soon, or better than that 30-second clock. We will be better than that. But you have been
Soon, guys.
You have been watching KH No Filter Football. Thank you very much. We love you guys. Have the rest of a good weekend.
Don't do drugs.
Oh yes, don't do drugs.